Hello and welcome to Still Got Legs, a Doctor Who Rewatch podcast brought to you by Another Happy Studios. This week the universe is gone, there's a sexy river song, and these intros are sounding very wrong.
Did you even finish that?
I said wrong, but I started laughing halfway through I said it.
Okay, because that's where I thought it was going, but I didn't hear you finish it. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to Still Got Legs, the only Doctor Who rewatch podcast in the world. My name is Nathan. As always, I'm joined by my co-host Lawrence, who cannot write intros to save his life, and he is also my companion here in this TARDIS or whatever's going on. What happened? What happened there?
What, the delivery or the writing process?
All of it. All of it.
So
one whole big mess. And everyone, by the way, little peek behind the curtain, before we press record, Lawrence said to me, full disclosure or fair warning or something, this is dog shit, okay? Those were your actual and your words, not mine, okay?
I won't deny it. Yeah, look, I'll be honest, like, I timed my day poorly, right? I didn't have time to think of a good intro. I knew I had to get that 3-part rhyme in. I thought River Song...
Which is a curse you placed upon yourself, by the way.
I know, but
okay.
I did it, all right? I dug the hole, and now I'm here.
I said this would happen. Didn't I say this exact scenario would happen all those fucking weeks ago?
There's no way of knowing, Nathan.
No. If only it was somehow recorded and posted somewhere for us to go back to.
I don't know what you're talking about.
People could be checking us out for the first time as well. We might get some new listeners after they checked out the Doctor Who official podcast and then immediately said, no, thank you.
Just went, no, I'm right, actually.
And then looked for something else. Well, look, I haven't listened to it myself. I'm sure it's fine.
If there are, yeah, you got to get that in there. Allegedly.
I'm sure it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, full disclosure. All right,
And if last week I did say I listened to it, no, that's not true. Don't worry about it. I'm sure it's fine.
You're just covering all your bases here, aren't you? You just got to get ahead of this.
I'm sure it's fine, Lawrence. I haven't listened to it.
Okay, fine. Look, it's bad. It was a bad one. We all know it. They've been bad for a while. I've given up.
Is that it? Are you done now?
No. I've got. I said to you, you could have a nice strong start with the moon stuff. So
if I'm being honest with you, I want to do a Christmas Carol. I feel like we should put the bullet in the dog right there. If I'm being honest.
All right. Yeah, it can't get worse. So.
Yeah. Well, I think we should stop it from getting worse, and I think we should put an end to that. Very diseased, sick dog right there.
Is that it? Will I ever get to come back? Are we still alternating?
We did say we would alternate, but
should we put a poll in the Discord?
Maybe, yeah, maybe we will. We'll see. Because you got some fans out there. Some people are saying they like the Lawrence intros.
Stop.
I'm not one of them.
Yeah, right? I know you're not. You're very vocally not.
I'm very vehemently. Is that the word? I don't know. But I'm that against them.
Do you know what? It was a stab in the dark, and I appreciate it all the same.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Attempt.
What a wonderful day it is.
I know. It's weird that we're recording this in the day, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's a Saturday.
It's all wrong.
I like Saturdays.
It's a callback, everyone.
It's Doctor Who Day. Have you seen Doctor Who?
No, I haven't had a chance.
Ooh, I watched it last night.
I know. I saw the Discord popping off, and I saw that it was. Oh, by the way, I didn't see your message until this morning, Nathan. I was up at like 1 a.m, and Nathan just messaged me privately on Discord saying go to bed.
Yeah, and you just didn't reply to me.
Well, I'd already gone to bed and was arisen by this point. All right.
Okay. Well, your Discord said otherwise. He was green on Discord. Okay.
I had it open. I was doing stuff in the background.
Yes, I'm
sure. No, my Mac is always converting or doing something else.
Cyberman, is it? Anyway. All right, what do we got here? I'll tell you what we got, Lawrence.
Oh, no.
We've got Series 5, Episode 11 of Doctor Who. It is, of course, The Big Bang, written by Stephen Moffat, directed by Toby Haynes. The finale of Series 5, the finale of the start of this era, the finale of this new venture. How are we feeling?
Do you know what, Nathan? Has anyone... Right, got any mash?
Don't you fucking dare, okay? How dare you?
Oh, but have you seen what's going on Discord, by the way?
What do you mean?
People are saying about this song that you apparently did.
I didn't make. I don't. Yeah, people have been messaging me about that. They're like, "Oh, this weird song, this 4-minute long banger song that they played." I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I saw a few people bring it up. I listened back to the episode, didn't hear it.
No, I definitely didn't make anything, so I don't know what you guys are hearing. This is a funny bit that we're doing. Anyway,
have you got any mash, Nathan?
No, I'm all out.
What? Oh no!
Why'd you ask?
Okay, well, because the delivery's not there. Yeah, it's a banger, right?
Does anybody have any mashed potatoes for this? If there ever was a banger that needs certifying, okay, it's this one right here, Lawrence.
Mashed potatoes, mashed potatoes?
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never heard of that in my life. Look, it's a banger. It's a certified banger. It's fucking incredible, all right? We had the certified banger that was the first part to this finale last week, and you know what? And I was like, oh, maybe it's not as good. Maybe they don't stick the landing like I remember, you know? And then they went, ha, trick. It is. It is as good. Fuck you. And I was like, oh, what a relief.
What a trick as well, by the way. Here's a relieving statement. Yeah. We've rinsed you with this.
It's true.
I think we finally got some redemption for all of the times we've complained about a Doctor Who cliffhanger being resolved in the first 5 minutes of an episode, in like a two-parter section, in like a two-parter kind of situation, right? Because this is just the entire episode. It's like, right, the cliffhanger was, the universe exploded. Let's spend the entire episode just getting back to the status quo, basically.
It's the difference between a Moffat cliffhanger and a Russell cliffhanger. A Russell cliffhanger is the hero is backed into a corner by 4 or 5 Daleks or Cybermen, and they're all chanting delete, 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 exterminate, 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 and then it cuts to credits. And then we're like, oh, how's he going to get out of this one? And then it opens and he does a thing and he's out of it. Okay. And that's usually what happens.
It was normally be some sort of blue laser or something.
Yeah, blue laser or an orange laser or some kind of Time Lord regeneration energy. Something will go on. There'll be some sort of shenanigans. Okay. And that's how it's resolved. And then we're off and then we got new problems to deal with. Okay. And that's fine. It's it's Doctor Who. It's good pulpy fun. It's whatever. Okay. But I feel like we're just getting something just a little bit more, dare I say, intelligent, dare I say.
Oh, very highbrow.
Not to be cunty about it, and not like cunty as in slay, but like cunty, you know what I mean? What a weird turn of phrase.
You feel like you shouldn't be 30. I don't know what it is.
What do you mean? I'm my age.
Yeah, I know you are, but I'm saying, and your maturity is that of a 30-year-old, I would say. But every now and again, you'll come out with a little turn of phrase like this, or you'll describe something to me that I've never heard of on the internet. That I just don't know. You travel in different circles online than I do.
Yeah, I think that's just gay slang.
I've been excluded, it seems.
Yes.
I'm not allowed.
Yes, and that's right. You're right to be excluded. No Lawrence is allowed. It's like you can stay out the side of the clubhouse with 10.
Oh, yes, fine. Yeah, no, don't. Please, don't do that. Don't draw that. It's already perfect. Yeah, it might be a bit more intelligent. I think the Moff has always been good at like just incorporating a larger theme. It's not just like, how will they get out of this thing? Yeah. It's like, well, let's tie it back into the entire episode, especially in the finale, the entire theme of the series, like where this episode goes and what it does with the whole fairy tale vibe of stuff. It's just like, you couldn't have done this better, which is why it's a certified banger for me.
There's also a pretty epic recap as well, like of the previous episode. For like, I'm always like kind of like disinterested in the previously on Doctor Who because like I saw it. I was here. I lived it. All right. I don't need.
And then we talked about it for 2 hours.
Exactly. All right. I've lived it so many times. Okay. Yeah. But then I'm here and I'm watching this. I'm like, fuck, this is a good show, man. They should do this more often. I love this show.
This episode, they should put this on more often.
They should just air it every now and then.
I mean, you don't get more epic stakes than the universe has ended. So like,
it's pretty epic, yeah.
Yeah, you kind of got to flex that. When you have that opportunity, you've kind of got to go a bit ham in the editing room for it.
Yeah. So, anyway, the Doctor's stuck in the Pandorica. Amy might be dead, and Rory's a Roman with a gun inside his hand. seems like things aren't going as planned. Rivers in the
Oh,
TARDIS.
he just can't wait. You just can't wait to get your intros back.
He's stealing the heat on repeat she require. Someone she can trust, someone with a bow tie, but he's been locked up and left to die.
I don't like you.
Did you pick up on that?
Yes, I did. What do you mean? Did I pick up on that?
I was sure it was a little subtle. I thought you might not have picked up on it.
Yeah, it was very, very subtle. I'm just saying you can't wait to get your trigger finger is itching to get back on these intros.
No, I'm worried you actually didn't pick up on it. Did you actually pick up on it?
Wait, you were rhyming stuff.
Oh, you didn't pick up.
What didn't I pick up? Oh no, I feel very dumb.
That's a song. It's one of the Chameleon Circuit songs.
Oh, okay.
The Doctor's stuck in the Pandorica. Amy might be dead, and Rory's a Roman with a gun inside his hand. Seems like things aren't going as planned. Rivers in the TARDIS. The TARDIS is on fire. She's feeling the heat on repeat. She require someone with a bow tie has been locked up and left to die. Oh my God, what will they do?
I know
it seems
this.
impossible to ever. Yeah.
It took me a while to lean into it. So you're just plagiarizing someone else's intros.
Please don't sue me. We already stole their album name, which we didn't. We didn't.
Yeah.
It was Parallel Thought. No, we didn't.
Okay, a Parallel Thought. Very on brand.
I did not look at that album and say, I'm going to steal that for my podcast, okay?
What were some of the names we had workshop?
We've already talked about this. We did say we was going to call it New to Who, which now the BBC have stolen, and they have a thing called New to Who. Those bastards.
And they would have done it anyway, so it's a good thing we didn't.
I mean, yeah, it's true, because that would have just killed us in terms of SEO, so...
No, what we'd have to do is just download their logo, copy it onto ours, and just be like, well, there'll be some confusion, I'm sure.
I'm sure we'd have had a cease and desist from Russell himself.
Nah, good.
Yeah.
Let him come for us.
Okay. Well, there we are. Anyway, Lawrence, here we are. We pick up on a parallel to the opening of the 11th hour. I don't know if you noticed that was a little bit subtle.
It was so subtle, yeah.
Yeah. Almost identical in execution and delivery, except this time the Doctor, of course, does not crash into Amelia's back garden. And it's kind of sad, you know, just seeing that little defeated look when no one comes. There's no policeman to come and save her. There's no madman in a box. It's just nothing. And she's like... back to bed then, I guess, you know?
There's just the perfectly good shed. And you're like, that shed should be in fucking bits.
It should be ruined by a man in a horrible brown suit.
They're kind of cruel about it as well. Hey, stop it with the brown suit, by the way. I'm not breezing over that. It's kind of cruel with it because they do the exact same delivery. Amelia does the same delivery of, you know, like, or a policeman or a...
I think it's probably just the same scenes.
Probably is. Now that you mention it.
Yeah, they probably just use the same ones, if I'm being honest.
All right, but then that gap where there should be the sound of the TARDIS engine going.
Yeah, they probably just took it out in the edit.
Yeah, all right, I get it. All right. Do you know what?
Hey, everyone, Lawrence doesn't get how TV works. Let's all make fun of him. Lawrence doesn't know the intricacies of editing a TV show, even though that's his full-time career.
Right, no, I don't edit TV shows. There you go.
No, that's true. He edits silly little YouTube videos.
Thank you.
And sometimes this podcast.
Yes. Sometimes.
Well, actually, not this podcast. It's very rare that you edit this podcast.
I did a few this season. I turned in a few.
Yeah, and if here's a little peek behind the curtain. If you ever do edit this podcast, it's because you've gone, I'm busy. Can we record it the night before and then I'll edit it?
Yeah.
And that's really the only reason you will edit this podcast.
I think that's quite gentlemanly of me. Hey, let me unburden
I mean,
you.
it's a fair exchange.
Yeah.
Yes. I feel like it's good. I was going to say retribution, but that seems a little bit harsh.
There's a code of ethics there.
Yes. Yeah. It's a payment of sorts.
Yeah, a transaction.
Yeah.
Other words.
Yeah. I'll be cutting your wages, though.
Anyway. Oh, no. Amelia's got a therapist, Nathan.
Who is this therapist? Okay, first of all, why is this therapy session taking place in the middle of the night? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. What the fuck is going on there? They're like, oh, let's go outside. It's pitch black. All right. Sure, it could be winter, but it's not. Okay. It's the middle of the summer. All right. And then she's like... You're a fucking idiot, actually. I mean,
yeah, she's so mean to a child.
So mean. Like, these stars aren't real, and you're a fucking idiot.
You know this is all bullshit, right? You fucking idiot. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. If I had this therapist as a child, I wouldn't be doing this podcast now, let me tell you that. I want to be here.
It is so unnecessarily mean. I get it because they've got like a very brief window. They can't delve into all this therapist speak, right? They've not got a lot of time to communicate that the stars aren't there anymore.
Yes,
right? That's the whole thing. But yeah, the result just makes this therapist basically just be really blunt and harsh to a little girl.
It is kind of funny, the idea that in this version of reality, I guess Richard Dawkins has become this like cult-esque leader of like the stars are real group or some like conspiracy theorist fringe leader or something.
I like fun. That it would just reframe so many people like in that profession as just like weirdos
crackpots,
and theorists.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I like that. Someone, a mysterious figure, we don't know who, is clearly not the Doctor, posts a pamphlet of the National Museum through Amelia's letterbox with the infamous "Come Along Pond" scribed on it.
I know they're not trying to conceal it, but they're really not trying to conceal it.
They're like, who's this? Oh, it's the you can see. It's the Doctor.
It's clearly, even though he's in a stupid hat, it's just so obvious. He just stands there and is like, it's me, and then leaves.
He's wearing the Doctor's clothes. It's the Doctor.
It's not, the glass is like as see-through as you'd need it to be to just clearly go, oh yeah, that's the Doctor.
Yeah, exactly. We all know who it is. Anyway, Lawrence, we are once again at the Cardiff Museum. Oh, they are getting their use out of it this season.
The mileage.
I know. They are fucking setting up shop in that museum, and I, for one, I love it. I don't care that they walk into the atrium and I'm like, oh, this is exactly where they shot Vincent and the Doctor. You know,
it doesn't matter.
You can see the same staircase in the background. I don't care. I love it. It's good stuff.
I think they dress it differently enough. Like
it's the exact same staircase.
Yeah, I know, but it works. Like it works within like the Vincent and the Doctor. It's all very like it's bright and it's the daytime and there's
but there's
about.
the staircase which the Doctor walks up and then there's the statue and then he does the statue pose, doesn't he? And then
okay.
It's the same. I've walked up that same staircase and yes, I did the same statue pose. Okay.
Was this in your era where you were wearing bow ties around and you'd grown your hair out and stuff?
Wasn't far off, to be honest.
Okay,
a few years before, but yeah.
You were practicing at that point.
I was
until you took the big plunge.
Yeah.
I do like that Amelia's just dragging her aunt through the museum. She's like, "Oh, look at this interesting stuff," and Amelia, like true to her, just abrupt nature, is just like, "Fucking this way,
yeah,
stop."
I want to go see this big stupid box. All right. Let me go see it, whatever it is, because this is history, apparently.
Yep.
There's fossilized Daleks on display.
So
pretty cool. Yeah, ooh, big like rock Dalek. I don't know what they are, but they're pretty cool. I don't know if you noticed this. I don't think it's something you can necessarily pick up on in the episode, more so in Confidential. But all the exhibits are not quite right. Like the polar bear is like in Australia, and the penguins are from Egypt, and there's like dinosaurs in the Ice Age and this kind of stuff. Just because this version of reality is not our own, it's different. So they wanted to like put just mess with history, basically.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's no way of knowing that through the episode. I wouldn't have thought.
The only real moment you could glean from it is like when Amelia comes out of the penguins, because they're like on the bank of the Nile, and it is kind of like a desert-esque setting.
Okay, yeah. I do like the nature of that though, because that's the season 2-esque thing, isn't it? Where it's the parallel world, but like things are different but the same. Like, there's Rose there, but Rose is a dog, and everything else. Yeah,
that's true. And the director, Toby Haynes, I didn't get a chance to watch last week's Confidential before we recorded the episode, but I watched it. I watched it with this week's Confidential. I did a 2-part, a double bill, if you will. I treated myself to a just big Confidential double bill.
Nice.
And one thing which I really liked is the director, Toby Haynes. He does something which, I don't know if this is an interesting name, but he calls it playback, which is where what he'll do is he'll like play actual music during the scene. Like he'll play some kind of score. Obviously not the actual version, because that won't be finished for some time, but like something like representative of it to get the actors in the mood. Like when they was doing, Matt Smith and the Doctor and River and Amy going into the Underhenge bit in last week's episode, they played like this spooky kind of like Indiana Jones-esque music to like really fit the vibe and that kind of stuff.
Oh, how interesting.
It was really good. It was really interesting. I felt like that's like a really cool technique to use, I think. Yeah.
Well, because how many times have you been listening to music like in the backseat of a car and you're like, I feel I could be the best actor in the world.
I'm in a music video. Right?
Yeah, but you do though, do you? Like we've both done acting in the past, right? Like I've definitely used music to just like I don't know, get a tear going before I walk out on a stage.
Yeah,
like that makes a lot more sense. I mean, look, these guys don't need it. They're professionals and they're very talented, but it's a good.
They are very
step.
professionals, but it's still, it definitely helps. It definitely helps having that, like, I don't know, it just makes it feel a bit more real and cinematic, I guess.
Yeah, and there's heavy emotions at play in this two-parter anyway. There's a lot of like, Rory's back. Oh no, he shot Amy. Oh no, like there's a lot of high stuff going on. Yeah,
there is a lot of stuff going on. It's non-stop all the time. Yes, so Amelia, goes up to... Well, she's hiding from everyone. She hides... There's a note on the Pandorica, because someone steals a drink. Spoiler alert, it's the Doctor. And then...
No, it's not yet.
Well, it is. And then there's another note.
I like how the episode needs her to brush over that. If someone just nabbed the drink out of my hand, I'd be like, are you fucking all right?
Yeah, I would not let that go as quickly as she did. Yeah, she's got other stuff to worry about, though, clearly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like how she goes to hide because there's a note that says like, "Oh, stick around, pond," or whatever. So she's like, "Sick, fucking bet, I'll hide here in the museum."
Yeah.
And then her Aunt Sharon is like, "Oh, Aunt Sharon's here, by the way." Yeah. She's like, "Amelia, where are you?" And then just gives up, I guess.
Yeah. Amelia. She's not here. Okay.
Yeah. Would that museum close realistically? If there was a panicked woman and she was like, "Hey, my niece is here. I haven't seen her." Do you think they'd be like, "Sorry, we got to close," or do you think they'd?
The security guard would have a job to do.
Yeah. Like,
so no.
Or would they probably get the police in and search the place head to toe? Probably.
Yeah, you would think so. Yeah, but at this kind of the as much effort as she expends is there's a message over the tannoy system where it's like, could you come to the desk? Which doesn't, and then it's just like everyone's like, home then.
That's it, I guess. we'll check in tomorrow, see if we find a corpse just waiting in the lobby, I guess.
Well, one tannoy message, no response. She's obviously dead. No point.
That's all we can do. Yeah, that's it.
I've got to lock up. My wife's put tea on the table. I'm off.
Brilliant. So she sticks around and then she goes to the Pandorica and Amy's inside. It's not the Doctor. What a twist. What a bait and switch.
I quite love that this episode is one of them things where, you know, when you start, like, if your room's really messy, to tidy it, you have to get it a bit more messy first.
Oh, you got to make a mess to clean a mess, yeah.
Yeah. And I like that this episode just goes for that. It's like, oh, you wanted explanations? No.
Well, no, we got to fuck shit up beforehand. Yeah. We got to confuse you even more.
But I think that's quite brave in a writer's perspective, though. It's just like I've put myself in possibly the world's biggest hole.
Yeah.
Let's just dig it a little bit deeper and see where we go. Like, it's great stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, then we go back 1,894 years, and we see Rory just holding Amy's lifeless body again. He's telling her that the universe ended. It's pretty fun. And then there's just some nice dialogue just repeating what the Doctor said about miracles, wishing he could have one at that moment. And then just asking her to laugh, just saying,
"Oh, man,
you would have laughed at that. Please laugh." I was like, oh, Rory, man. It's get me every time. Arthur Darvill is just always killing it, this series.
He's so good, but then, like, he never oversells it either. It's not this big melodramatic moment. He's just wistful and sad.
Yeah.
Like, because he's like, she's obviously dead, but he's just like, as long as I keep talking to her, that's okay by me.
Well, there's good news, Lawrence, because she's not dead. And a funny little man is going to appear out of thin air and tell us that.
I don't agree with this, but I've seen a lot of people say that this just undercuts the severity of the situation entirely. Where do you land on that?
Incorrect.
Yeah, it's for kids. It's Doctor Who.
You can have good wacky shenanigans, okay? And you know why? Because there is, and I'll get to it later, but there are consequences for these wacky shenanigans as well. Okay, so it's not all hey and with just nothing to it. There's reasons for it. It's explained and it's paid off, and then there is consequences.
Every time this episode, you think they're having a bit too much jovial fun. Stephen Moffat's like, what if the worst thing?
Yeah. What if actually you died watching this episode?
But yeah, so the Doctor zaps in. He's got a mop and a fez.
Yes,
and he's kind of like juttering in and out. He's using his vortex manipulator. He gives the Sonic to Rory because the Sonic is going to help get him out. the episode's got enough going on for it that I can excuse this, but it is funny that it's just like, this is the world's most secure prison, nothing can No, the Sonic's fine.
Oh, wait, no, that was the wrong one.
Oi, don't diss the Sonic!
Both apply, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a thing as well. But yeah, he's back and forth and he instructs Rory to leave a screwdriver in her top pocket. He doesn't say Amy, which I quite liked, because he's not like straight away like, she's dead. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like Rory would be like, what do you mean, Amy? You know?
No, I don't know what you mean by that, sorry.
That's fine. As I've said many a time before, we're not on the same page. It's fine. Let's
What do you
going.
mean? What do you mean?
Oh, no, but now I'm going to sound stupid.
Go on.
I was saying he says put it back in her top pocket.
Yeah.
He doesn't say Amy, which I thought was quite good, because he doesn't want to get like Rory's hopes all super up, I thought.
All right, his literal first words were, Rory, good news, she's not dead.
Oh, all right, yeah, but...
I think his hopes are pretty... I don't think they can get much higher than that, if I'm being honest with you, mate.
He does follow that up, though. He says something else. He's like, well, not yet, or something.
He says, she is, or she's dying, or something like that.
Look, we can go through as many loopholes as we want. There's probably a read that both of us could be right. You maybe more so, is what I will say.
I love it when you...
I'm never making a cute point again.
Good.
Good. Great. Cheers.
No, good on you. I love the image of once the doctor's like, oh yeah, and put my sonic screwdriver in her pocket. Once she's done, zap, he's gone. I love the image of Rory just going, done what? The fuck do you mean? Just shouting into thin air. Like, give me some more explanation for this task you've given me.
Well, he's got no time. He's busy. He hasn't got a lot.
It's true. He's bouncing about. Yeah. We then hard cut to Rory opening up the Pandorica with the Sonic, and the Doctor inside the box being extremely confused,
yeah.
which is a good bit of fun. He's just like, how did you do that? What's going on?
I thought it was brilliant, right, in these moments, because he's so deadpan. These two have so many good moments where they can just go back and forth with each other.
I love how Rory just doesn't deal with the Doctor's bullshit. He's just like, you gave it to me. The Doctor's like, no, I didn't. Here's mine. I went, well, you did. Look at it, you dickhead. All right.
It's the way he holds up. He's like, look at it. Like, I don't have one of these in my back pocket.
I didn't just whip this up in fucking 102 AD out of scrap metal, did I? You dickhead. All right.
Yeah, you're right. There is zero time for it. It's just like, I'm doing this because you wanted this. Like, you catch up, not me.
Yeah. The Doctor realizes it's from the future. I like the moment where he goes, me from the future. I've got a future. That's nice.
Yeah,
that's
it's lovely. Well, like 5 minutes ago, he was like doomed to eternity in a box.
That's true.
Or something.
Yeah, this is best case scenario for him. He's doing well. Yeah.
Someone opens the door and he starts opening. He's like, it's one of them poxy Daleks. And then it's Rory, and he's like, oh, nice. Okay, I can get on board with a bit of this.
Yeah, good bit of fun. The Doctor pretending not to care about Amy being dead is to kind of test Rory to give him that, like, I don't think he needs it, but from the Doctor's perspective, just to give him that little push he needs, which is good. I like it. I fucking love the Doctor. And you can tell he's bullshit. You can tell by the look on his face when he goes, because Rory can't see him. He's got his back to Rory, but when he goes, your girlfriend isn't more important than the whole universe, with this, like, knowing smile on his face.
Yeah.
And then the way Rory just turns around and clocks him. It's so good. And then just goes, she is to me.
He is as happy as I've ever seen a man who is intentionally trying to get decked in 1 second. Like,
yeah. And he is happy. The way he pops up afterwards, like, welcome back, Rory. You know, he loves it.
It's a good thing to spur him on, but he's also just like, how much of you is in there?
Yeah.
How much of Rory is going on?
I mean, it makes sense from his point of view. These guys did just lock him away for all eternity.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and it's a fair point that Rory did just involuntarily shoot his girlfriend.
He did kill her. Yeah, there is that. So yeah, I think it's a fair cop, really.
Because he's probably like, if you shoot me, then like we're on our last legs as it is. If you shoot me, we're all fucked now.
Yeah.
So let's test this out. Actually, saying that, pretty dumb then in that case to intentionally spur him on and wind him up.
Yeah.
I hope Rory doesn't shoot me. Anyway, your girlfriend sucks.
You know what he's like. He's a fucking idiot. Anyway, they put Amy in the Pandorica to heal her, but they also need to wait around about 2,000 years for them to do so. So she's got to stay there. We cut back to 1996, and Amy is talking to Amelia. I like that I can say that. You know, I don't need to say Amy is talking to Amy. I can just differentiate them.
It's very helpful that they gave us that.
Yeah,
it's a good little thing for us.
They were thinking of podcasters when they
they were, because otherwise we would have to be like Amy, what but the younger
little Amy and then this big Amy. Who cares? Back in the Pandorica, a lot of people seemingly missed this moment, and I did for a while as well. But there is a clear moment where the Doctor picks up the vortex manipulator and like goes, River's vortex manipulator, I can use this to jump about and stuff. And we got a few emails like, why did he? Where did this come from? Where did the Doctor?
Oh, really? Okay.
Jumping about and stuff. Yeah, and I've missed it myself in the past as well. What was I gonna say?
Who knows?
Oh yes, no. I think why people miss it is because that moment is very quickly overshadowed by the fact that Rory's like, I'm going to be the best person ever and just wait here for 2,000 years, actually. So,
I mean, it's a very romantic setting, isn't it? Like,
it's so sweet, man. It's just, what a beautiful thing to do. And I love the Doctor, the way the Doctor goes to him. Why do you have to be so human?
Yeah.
And Rory just responding with, because right now I'm not. And I was like,
he's writing, Nathan.
I know, I love good writing.
He's cooking.
Fucking quilt of parchment on fire gif, man. It's good stuff.
There's not even a moment of temptation. Like, do you know how easy it would be for me if someone said, hey, bypass 2,000 years of doing not much?
Oh, I am so not waiting 2,000 years for anyone, mate. Like, you're married. Would you wait 2,000 years for your wife if you had an easy jump to the future?
Do you know what? I wouldn't want to leave her unless I was certain it was sure. So what I'd say to the Doctor is, I'm going to go and sit somewhere else.
Yeah.
You jump forward in time, come immediately back, tell me if she's fine. If she's fine, we'll forget all of this and I'll just come with you. Like, I'll test it out. 2,000 years is a long time to not be putting in a test.
I think you've written a loophole to make yourself sound better than you are here.
Yeah, I don't want her hearing this and hearing me saying no.
She's not going to hear this.
Yeah, but if she does, then I'm protected. And I love you very much.
He's covering all bases.
I really am. Before we move on from it, I noticed...
I wasn't going to.
Oh, okay.
Go on.
Well, no, we've already gone a little bit past it, I think. But there's a fun moment where Amy is talking to Amelia, and she starts like pulling her hair apart, assessing her height, and then she like determines the year from that. And I think that's very Doctor-esque. Like, I understand it's the one time Amy would be able to do it because she'd actually have that insight. And I think it's quite Doctor-y of her.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
What a good point from you. Well done.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you very much.
I love the image of Rory just like once the Doctor's gone, and then it's a good bit of fun. He like zaps away in the middle of like his speech, like, oh, for God's sake, stay on him. He's gone. Yeah, good fun. I just love the image of Rory just drawing his sword and then just having a moment before he well, I better sit down. I guess I'm going to be here for 2,000 years. Yeah, it's sweet. It's very sweet.
Yeah, there's not much. There aren't many threats going on at the minute, mate. Like, I appreciate the drawing of the sword is cute, right, and definitive. Like, it's like, look at my stance. Here I am. But then,
he's ready. He's on duty, Lawrence.
Yeah. Do you think he got himself a seat, like a proper seat?
Well, he sat down just on the edge of the box, didn't he?
Yeah, I know, but like that's gonna do murder on your ass.
Yeah, it's true. That's you doing that for like 20 minutes tops, really.
Yeah, and he's in full Centurion armor.
Yeah, I reckon it's about half an hour before you're like, I need to sort something out here. I need like a little perch for myself somewhere.
Yeah, a little stool.
Yeah, well, he is in 102 AD, Lawrence. He's at Stonehenge. His choices are pretty limited. He probably could go to the camp, like the Roman camp and stuff.
Yeah.
But has that been destroyed by whatever's gone on? And also, would he leave the Pandorica for that long?
He's got to leave it for 5 minutes, hasn't he?
I don't know.
What happens when like people show up? Because they say later on, like it was moved to a warehouse. Like, is he just like, I'm coming?
He's
with
watching
this?
from the shadows. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he'll
He's like Assassin's Creed. He's on a tail mission.
Yeah. Then he'll stab anyone who tries to interfere.
It's just a man. It's just a man that needs to transport this to the museum, and he's like, stab him.
I'll kill him. I'll kill him, actually. Look, I don't know, but hey, he did well. He did his job. Or did he? No, he did. So the little video that plays in the museum, the little very well timed, just bit of context video that plays.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Is so sweet. It's so nice. And then Amy sees it, obviously, and she's like, "Oh, Rory," and it's a very sweet moment.
His last recorded sighting was in the Blitz. People thought he died in the flames.
This is technically Rory's third death.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
This is that is Rory's third death in Doctor Who so far. So there we go. So as of now, Rory is dead again, everyone. Okay.
The most amount of deaths per the fewest amount of episodes. He's got to be up there.
Is that his third? Yes, his third. Yes, there was Amy's Choice, then there was Erased from Time Death, and then there was this one. Yeah.
Do you reckon Jack edges him out? Maybe he probably dies like 3 times in a Series 3 episode or something.
I have PTSD from you saying the word edging or any variation of it, okay? So never say that again. Okay, especially the phrase Jack edges, okay? So never do that ever again, okay?
Okay.
Anyway, of course, Jack's got the most on-screen deaths, obviously.
No, but like I'm talking about per amount of episodes, like...
I don't know. I can't work with your weird rules you impose here, okay?
They're my parameters.
I want nothing to do with your parameters, okay? They don't make any sense.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, very cute. Good on Rory. Doing what most people wouldn't, waiting all that time.
And you wouldn't as well.
I didn't say that.
That's on record. The Sweet Museum video is interrupted by the voice of a Dalek crying, "Exterminate." We see the fossilized Dalek is up and about, and it's now slightly restored by the light of the Pandorica, making its way towards Amy and Amelia. And this is when the Doctor joins the fray. He lands right in the middle of the action.
He does, and he sees them both. It's very cute. I do like the Dalek. It's got such a fucking rock on for hating people, right?
Was that a bit of a pun?
I guess it is. It wasn't, but yes, I've claimed it now. It was.
Okay.
No, but he's so into fucking trying to exterminate people that I like that he gets like the teeniest bit of charge, and he's like, "Kill these cunts!
Kill!" Yeah.
He's like, "I won't sit here and charge fully. I'll do a little bit. I'll go a little bit around, and then I'll die for a bit again."
Yeah, that makes the most amount of sense to a Dalek, I reckon. Yeah. Come along pond's bit of fun. He picks up the fez, which is how we see him in the beginning of the episode. Interesting. Save that little nugget for later. And then there's a mysterious figure cloaked in darkness who confronts the Dalek. I wonder who it could be.
Who is this, Nathan?
It's Rory. He's alive again.
He's back. He's here. And
his shortest on-screen death so far.
He comes with more questions, right? Because he's changed his outfit. He's now a security guard.
Well, it makes sense. He's gone from a Roman to the security guard of the day to now this new security guard of the day.
My question is... Well, actually, I've got 2 now that I think about it. Firstly, did he change his outfits to be era appropriate as the time went on?
Well, no, because in the museum piece, it did say that many people saw a Centurion dragging the box through the streets of the Blitz of London in the Blitz.
Maybe the Blitz burnt his armor and he was naked for a bit.
Okay, but he was still wearing the Centurion outfit though, wasn't it? So he hasn't changed it for every era before that, has he?
No, I'm just saying. I'm trying to work out what was the shift? What was the point where he was like?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he did burn. Yeah, he probably did burn it off, and then he's like, "Oh fuck, I got to get a new drip after this."
A new drip.
Yeah.
Second question. Maybe I'm just not equating the time properly in my head. Would this mean that he was the security guard on duty for Amelia going missing last night?
Technically, yeah, probably.
That really doesn't give a shit then, does it?
Well, I think he's probably like, "Oh, this is the moment," you know?
Oh, that's why he's getting ready in the shadows.
Yeah, exactly. He probably knows what's coming.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to do other than etch away the days on a calendar, is there, I suppose?
It's true. Yeah.
Okay, fine. My questions have been... I'm satisfied with the answers.
Great. I'm glad I could help.
Thank you.
Emmy and Rory have a reunion. Yeah, that's the one. I was going to be like, reunation? No, that's not right.
What's up, guys? It's the reunation in here.
I genuinely couldn't think of that word.
It's Rory, a.k.a. the Last Centurion, reunitioning with my girlfriend.
Oh, God. What a strange thing. Yeah, they have a reunion. Beautiful moment. Very, very tongue-heavy. So, there we go. There's all that.
I like the Doctor swaying from side to side, being like, and breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just being generally grossed out by humans kissing. It's good stuff.
He's been on the receiving end of an Amy kiss as well. He's like, bloody hell.
Don't talk to me about Amy kisses. Don't talk to me about that, okay?
Oh, well, I mean, sorry, but we're going to have to in a bit.
I know, and I'm not happy about it.
No, nor am I. Not to give anything away, Nathan.
Rory sees the Doctor holding them up and tells him, "Oh, that's how you looked all those years ago when you fucking appeared." What a memory on this guy, all right?
Oh, yeah,
2,000 fucking years, all right? Dude went through the Blitz, all right? Dude survived World War One, World War Two, and everything else, and he can still remember exactly how the Doctor looked 2,000 years ago.
That is pretty... But then I guess...
Down to the minute detail of a fez and a mop.
But that's the thing. Here's where I can believe it, right? Because they are the only two minute details in an otherwise never-changing costume.
Lawrence, you've forgotten the start of this podcast.
True, yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Am I wrong?
No, I guess not. What does Amelia think is happening?
She does have that moment where she's like, how does he do that? Is he magic? Which is quite fun. That's quite cute. But then, yeah, I thought about that myself because I'm like, Amelia knows who Rory is. Amelia has a Rory. She's already friends with Rory, okay? Yeah. So, like, she's seeing this person called Amy, who looks a bit like her but older, and then is seeing Rory, and then they're kissing, and she's like, what the fuck is all this, you know?
Yeah, maybe it kind of formed a thing in her head.
But what? Yeah, but again, though, why would she be like, oh, this is me from the future? You know? Why would she?
I guess not, but then, like...
It's like the Vincent and the Doctor thing with Bill Nighy. Like... It's impossible to think that maybe, but no, you know?
A coincidence is, it's way more improbable than what you think.
And also she's a child.
Yeah, but she'd never met... This is the timeline where the Raggedy Doctor never came into her life. So she's probably just running away with all this being like, what the fuck is this? This is the craziest shit ever.
Yeah, it's probably just a bit of excitement for her. Probably just like... Because... her life probably isn't that fun and exciting back at home. There's no stars. She's having a bad time. You know?
At least there's no therapist just railing into her here for no reason.
Exactly. Yeah.
Amelia, by the way, none of this exists. So.
Amelia, actually, you're a dickhead. I think you'll find.
Yeah.
This is the moment where the Doctor is jumping about from like time to time, and he's putting all the strings together. He's tying up all the loose ends. I like how he's like problem solving as he goes. He's like, right, that's problem solved. Fucking I've put Amy in the box, now she's healing. Yeah. Shit, I need my screwdriver. Okay. Yeah. That's good fun. I like that. I like the bootstrap paradox of it all, because where did the original screwdriver come from? You know? Was the screwdriver in Amy's pocket before he put it there?
See, this is one of them things that you just you got to shut up with this.
That's what makes your head think about it over and over again. That's the paradox, but it's good. I like it.
I'm not overly keen on exploring.
Brilliant scene coming up in a future series where we get just a direct to camera explanation of the bootstrap paradox. One of my favorite scenes in all of Doctor Who.
Oh, really?
It's so good. I love it so much. Oh. It's a great little scene, but
like a fourth wall break scenario.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. A sizzle, if you will.
Sizzle, yeah.
Is that series 6?
No. I won't say what series it is.
So it could still be series 6.
It's not series 6, I'll say that.
Okay. Already I'm whittling away.
Well, we'll see.
So I like this because it's basically just all the answers to those little questions from earlier. Which is quite fun. It's well thought out. It's very well thought out. Like, I don't know. I feel like as a writer, where do you begin with like a thing like this, an episode like this? I guess somewhere in the middle, and then you like, right, I'll go back and put that sentence in there.
Yeah, you'd have to like you can't do this. Well, I guess you can do it linearly. Yeah,
chronologically.
Chronologically, that's the best one. Yeah,
Hell
you
yeah.
can do it chronologically, but it's like that would be very confusing.
Yeah,
for yourself, really. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not that clever. But clearly Stephen is. I like it though. I like how he's jumping about. Like I said earlier, it's fun. We're having all these wacky Doctor shenanigans, but then boom, consequences. You know, we're like, isn't this fun? I'm jumping about time to time. Oh, Doctor's dead. We fucked up.
Time for the hardest head slap on marble you'll ever hear.
Yeah, that stunt actor. Bloody hell, he just threw himself down the stairs. He had to do it quite a few times.
Yeah. So I didn't watch The Confidential recently, but I've always remembered this bit from Confidential.
Yeah.
And it's just this poor lad. Every now and again, he just has to walk right back up the stairs and go, right, and splat plump. Blah, blah, blah.
First of all, though, at least put a wig on him, right? Because
Yeah.
like when they do like the Doctor like holding himself close, I'm like, that's clearly just some guy. You know,
They obviously thought they had tighter framing than they did. Yeah.
that is not Matt Smith's hair. Okay, I can see that from a mile off. All right,
And they get quite good at doing Matt Smith wigs. You think they would have?
they
like,
do. Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe you could have started it here, saved
they
everyone.
had a Matt Smith wig in the last episode, even on the horse. The guy on the horse.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The actors can't do horse stuff for like fucking
Oh, yeah.
insurance purposes and stuff.
Oh, if Matt
or
Smith
whatever.
breaks his leg,
Yeah, it's all over. Mate.
Wales will go under.
Wales will go into recession immediately. I like that. That's funny.
It's half true, I guess,
It probably is, yeah.
or at least back then. Yeah, I like the immediate consequences. So his
Wales will go under. Go on.
Yeah, so I don't know. We talked around this, but for anyone that's actually trying to follow along and didn't watch the episode, the older version of a Doctor appears on the top of the stairs and just fucking careens down the stairs, just slapping and half dead. He looks fucked up.
And you say older version of the Doctor, but it's like 12 minutes older.
It's older. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
The way you're phrasing it, it's like this grey wizened version of the Doctor coming down.
And he's got a purple hat with stars on it. As well.
Okay, he's Merlin now for some reason, is he? All right. Anyway, so the Doctor confirms he's dead and that he's got 12 minutes to live. And that's when we find out Amelia's disappeared. She's just like, I'm off, boys. See you later.
Yeah, peace.
Peace. I'm out of this bitch.
She does that meme.
What meme? The peace and
The
fade
peace
away
sign
with?
where he just dips. Yeah,
Yeah,
just fades out.
Yeah. Good stuff. No, it's because history is collapsing. The Doctor says they're at the eye of the storm, which is how they're holding on, which is why they're still there, but the storm is closing around them.
Yeah.
Does it make sense? I don't know, but there we go.
I think that there's enough pseudoscience bullshit in this where you
Yes.
just go, whatever.
Just wave your hand and watch it. Yeah.
The logic is enough. It's bearably there, but it's there.
Yes.
So anyway, they go up to the roof. They've got, basically they're on a ticking time bomb now. As if they weren't stressed enough. They have 12 minutes to figure out what's going on before the most qualified person in the room to figure out what's going on just dies.
By the way, before we get to this next part, let's do a bit of an updated suit talk.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Fez drip.
Not a fan of the Fez drip.
Wrong on so many levels.
I'm with River, man.
No,
She's my sexy queen.
Stop this. How are you not liking the Fez?
Because it's just nothing, isn't it? I feel like they
What do you mean it's nothing?
Because I know that obviously the fan reaction wouldn't have been in time enough to make this point correct. But you know all the people that like went around being like bow ties are cool in 2010.
Yeah, me.
I feel like it's just one for them, isn't it? Like, oh, Fezzes are cool too. Like, shut up.
This is the first series.
I know. I'm saying I know there wasn't enough time, but I feel like they preemptively knew.
No.
There was a bunch of fucking idiots around there going to love bow ties.
This is your cynical brain working.
Of course it is, but like, I don't know. It's one of them things. I see it and I'm like, oh, Fezzes are cool too. Shut up.
Wow. Aren't you fun?
I like the mop. I tell you what, I want the mop to be a permanent addition. Right, they're on the roof. Nathan, something's blowing up in the sky. Is it the sun? No.
No, it's a TARDIS.
It's a TARDIS. It's a TARDIS. TARDIS.
Shut the fuck up.
You like that reference. That was a good little reference.
No, I didn't. So the sun is actually the TARDIS exploding, and River is stuck in a time loop.
Which Rory detects with his plastic ears.
Yeah, sure. Don't know how that works.
Yeah.
But okay. Whatever.
I'm always holding a bit of plastic next to my ear to
increase my listening skills with a bit of plastic.
Rory's added an extra point on his skill tree.
Listening +1. The Doctor manages to save her from the time loop in a scene which is quite hot, I think.
It's very hot. Yeah.
It is, isn't it? I always love them flirting with each other, but just the way he's like leaning against the door and he's like, honey, I'm home, you know?
Look, we're like a married couple.
And they are. Spoilers.
well, I like that she immediately gets down to the important nature of things. Just blows that Fez to fucking Kingdom Come.
Well, you're an idiot, all right. But before that, I like that she's like, Amy, and the plastic centurion. You're so full of shit, River.
Yeah,
all right.
Enough
you
of
know
this.
what's going on. You know the shenanigans here. She's always like fucking 2 layers deep in whatever fucking acting role she's doing because like she has to be. She like can't break the timeline even more than it already is, you know? Like she has to keep secrets and stuff, but she knows who Rory is, man.
She's like, oh, and the Centurion man.
The plastic centurion. Are you on our side? I thought you was a bad plastic boy. Shut up.
They've already started to sow these seeds a couple of episodes back, but like there is this interplay between River and Amy that they're very much, whenever they're next to each other, they're just teasing the Doctor.
Yeah,
and like you get that with obviously the teamwork of the blowing up the Fez.
Rest in peace to the Fez, a true icon of the show. And I love the unbothered way, like the way River just asks him, "What the fuck are you wearing?"
Yeah,
and the way he's just so unbothered, just like it's a Fez or a Fez now. Fezes are cool, you know.
And the worst thing is, if they hadn't blown it up, you know, this would have become a part of his look. Like
it should.
It's
a beautiful
awful.
moment. I love it whenever a Fez shows up on Doctor Who, man. It's good stuff. He always looks great. It's a beautiful piece. It's a beautiful accompaniment to Matt Smith.
He pulls it off in a way that few men could. I will give him that, but that doesn't mean I have to like it.
Oh, Iceland just texted me. We will deliver your order between 2:30 and 4:30. Great news. You have no missing items. Fucking hell, that makes it change.
Bit of Iceland slander on the pod.
Bit of Iceland slander. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
You've had a few good runs of this allegedly recently.
Oh,
Too
Lawrence.
many people trying to sue you, breathing down our neck.
Well, like that paedophile Drake.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Anyway,
so I don't know why, Nathan, but it's nice to see that River and Amy have this kind of connection between them, almost maybe a shared trait.
Bond. Yeah, like a bond, like some kind of almost familial. Anyway,
I can't stand you. Yeah. You're outrageous.
What a wicked flim-flam we're doing here. Right, okay, so they blow up the Fez, rest in peace to a queen, and then the Dalek is back, and it's shooting at them again.
Yeah.
It's all fucking shenanigans all the time. They run back downstairs, and this is where the Doctor works out a plan on how to reboot the universe. Pretty standard stuff. That's what you think of just off the top of your head. Sure, why not?
I will say, like we talked about the pseudoscience and stuff, but like they have set it up in a way that it's very easy to understand what he's going for.
It is, to be fair. It's quite easy to follow his line of logic when he's talking about like the restoration field from the Pandorica and how, you know, the exploding thing, whatever. He's trying to work it all out, and he can. Yeah. He's got the beginning of a plan. He's starting to get it all together. But just as they go to make it happen, boom! Once again, the Doctor is shot by a Dalek.
He got too hyped. He got too excited.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Silly boy.
Some great Matt Smith flailing.
Yeah, there's always good Matt Smith flailing, man. It's very, very good.
Whenever he gets to throw his body into weird, ridiculous little positions and shapes, he's always having a good time.
I like that, like, he obviously falls into River's arms and is immediately like, all right, it's time to get to work. A few points is getting shot directly through the chest, time to start something.
Yeah.
For someone. But the Doctor's like, oh, that's my cue.
I think he's got to be quick with this. I think he genuinely does have to be quick, because we know Last time he got shot by a Dalek, his regeneration started pretty quickly.
And he got skimmed. He got skimmed when he
got
10.
skimmed. Yeah, he took it like to the hip. This is full on in the chest. He's like, I got to get to that Pandorica fucking ASAP, boys. All right?
It does break the illusion that like the Daleks can be effective Time Lord killers a little bit though. Because I thought a solid...
Yes.
That's why they skimmed 10.
But also, this is a fossilized Dalek, though, as well.
Oh, true. It's got... Yeah, it's like half fucked, isn't it?
Yeah, we can say it's a little bit depowered, I think.
Okay.
I
Until
think
the
we
next
can say
time
that.
there's a plot
Yeah,
hole.
yeah, but don't worry about that.
Yeah, we'll get there when we get there.
We'll clean that up when we get there, all right?
Before we move on from it, there was this fun moment in and amongst all of this before the Doctor gets shot where Amy, like, just off the cuff says, like, only 12 minutes until you die or something. And River's like, what? And he goes, shut up!
I don't have time for this.
He's literally just like, shut the fuck up.
I literally do not have time for this, all right?
I'm so busy.
Poor man.
And I'm about to get shot and fall down some stairs.
Well, Doctor Who does this quite a lot. It did it in the 11th hour. It does it in this episode. It's like, 20 minutes to save the world, 12 minutes to do this.
Yeah.
It always stresses me out and gives me so much anxiety because, like, I can blink and 12 minutes have passed, all right?
Yeah,
and I am
yeah.
still sat in the same place doing fuck all, you know?
Doom
And
scrolling.
think about how much time 12 minutes actually is. It's so little. And you think about how much you actually have to get done. I'd just die. I just be like, it's just not possible. I'm just gonna die.
That's
mate.
it for me, boy.
That's it. I'm done.
It's so Jova for the universe.
It's so Jova for the universe. I'm sorry. This should not have been my responsibility. Okay, that was a bad call on everyone's part.
What would your Time Lord name be if you were going to be that lazy?
The
Lounger.
the lounger. No.
What about the Napper? Well, it sounds like you're a kidnapper.
Oh, no, it does.
Oh no, here comes the Napper.
Everyone wearing one of those little domino masks and a little hat.
Like the burglar men with the striped t-shirts.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
And they've got a big knapsack with a dollar on it.
I'm running around with my little knapsack, creeping.
And everywhere you go, just a score of companies you go dun 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 dun.
Look out, it's the Napper.
Fucking stupid podcast. What is this?
I love these little bits that we do.
Oh, we're so
anyway.
funny, Nathan.
Where are we? All right. We go from the Doctor dying to everyone being horny because
You could say that he
River-
was exterminated, regenerates.
I know what you're doing.
Thanks.
But shut up. Okay. Did you look that up?
I didn't. That's the only one I know.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure that you know.
Shut the fuck up. We cannot get sued anymore by the Lauren.
That's true. It'll be Jova for us.
It'll be so Jova. Anyway, you ruined my bit about everyone being horny over River making
Sorry.
the Dalek beg.
Well, I am horny for River, so I don't know if you want to work with that.
All right. Do you want to take the lead on this bit?
What, her threatening the Dalek?
It's so cool.
It's
making
so
the
cool.
Dalek beg for mercy. You know, the fucking most feared creature in the universe, scientifically engineered to kill and to hate, and yet here it is begging for its life, all because of River fucking song, mate.
Yeah.
I love that shit so much.
She's fucked off, man. And I like that she just, like, she's like, she even, it's like, says to Rory and Amy, just like, you guys go on.
Yeah.
I'll take my time with this little fucking dweeb.
I got stuff to deal with here.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
I
And I like the way the Dalek is like, you're a friend of the Doctor. You're an associate of the Doctor. Records show that you'll show mercy. And she's like, mate, I'm fucking River Song.
Yeah, you
all
have
right?
no idea.
Check your records again, bitch.
I also, I think it often goes underappreciated. Is it Terry Nation, the voice?
No,
No, wait, who's Terry Nation? Is that the creator of the
Terry
Dalek?
Nation is a creator.
Okay.
Of the Daleks, yes.
Oh, someone
It's-
Briggs, Nicholas Briggs.
It's Nicholas Briggs, yeah.
I'm
Nicholas
so
Briggs.
glad I got that in and remembered that before you said it.
Sure, well done.
It was in my head. I just got it mixed up.
Voice of the Daleks, Terry Nation.
Yeah, listen, shush. All right. No, it often goes underappreciated, his talents, but just like that, this Dalek is especially unhinged,
Yeah.
which I appreciate. So the last Mercy goes on for so long. It's like, Mercy!
It's a real cry.
Yeah.
It's a real mercy. It's good stuff. I like it.
Two good Dalek impressions from both of us. There.
Cracking. I've got a good Dalek impression. It's the Weirdo of the Week theme.
Yeah, but do it again. Give us a taste.
No, I can't. I do it with voice effects. Anyway. But so does Nicholas Briggs. Okay?
Yeah, fair enough.
So, all right, he's sitting up there on his high horse with his little sound box and his microphone.
Yeah, actually, credit rescinded.
Yeah, I think that does all the work for him, actually.
No,
it definitely doesn't. He's very good. Rule 1, the Doctor lies.
Great.
He's not dead.
I like this.
Yeah.
I like that he just went, I'm dead.
See you later.
It was like, his future self was like, here's a tip, and he was like, sick, I'm just running with this now. This is all I've got.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with this. Just fucking hijinks on the Doctor's part today.
Yeah, sure.
It's just constantly like,
Well, he's just trying to buy himself more time, isn't he? Everything he's doing, it's all about time.
Yeah, I love it when they write stuff like this, where it's like, you do have this to save the day. You've got to fucking experiment and play with time a little bit, and yeah, it's good stuff.
It's a time travel show. Get a bit of time travel in there.
Yeah, always helps.
So the Doctor has dragged himself to the Pandorica to help him heal. He's also wired up the vortex manipulator to the big old box. This goes on for a little bit, but basically the gist is the Doctor's going to fly the Pandorica into the heart of the TARDIS explosion, and then the lights, or the restoration field, if you will shine across all of time and space, every moment in history, restoring it to what it was, aka the Big Bang 2. Sound enough plan, I reckon.
You just gotta fucking tip your hat to this stuff. Right.
Yeah.
There's only one show in the universe that could get away with this fucking levels of ludicrous shit.
Primeval.
Yeah. God, I remember seeing trailers for that when I was younger. Primeval, those weird little fucking
Was it about dinosaurs or some shit?
Yeah, textureless dinosaurs that look really awful, yeah.
I never watched it. I remember seeing the trailers. It was like ITV's answer to Doctor Who, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was,
and then they were like, you think Doctor Who's cool? Get ready till you see these bad dinosaurs.
and then the BBC counter followed up with just, imagine Doctor Who, but sex and people shooting people. And it's like, well, Primeval's done now, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
What a weird, we'll counter this. You don't need to.
Yeah.
Just do something else.
They're battling, aren't they?
They are. Well, was it ever a battle?
No, it was never a battle.
Primeval was just there for a few years, then it stopped.
Yeah. It's got its fans, though.
Does it?
It does. It has its fans. People are enjoying it.
You mentioning it here and then is as much as I've thought about Primeval in easily the last 15 years.
I see it every time I go on the spoiler alert, it's called the Black Archive, but it's the website where we get all our high-res pictures of Doctor Who for the promos and stuff.
Right, yeah, and I know this because I'm always getting those high-res.
Yeah, you're always getting them as well, aren't you? Yeah. But there is a section for Primeval on there, so it must have some fans.
Okay, yeah. So, make yourself known. If you're among us, let us know.
If you're a Primeval head, let us know how you do it.
We'll make you your own channel in the Discord where you can go and discuss Primeval.
Is it good? Should we do a rewatch podcast of Primeval?
Yeah.
Well, it'll be a watch podcast, I guess. But let us know.
Primeval. It's a good title though. Primeval, like primate, primeval. Like, it's not that good actually, is it?
Yeah, it's about dinosaurs, man. Where they got primate from?
Yeah, I guess.
They're big dinosaurs.
It's not a good title then, is it? I guess.
Well, I don't know. It might be. It might have a hidden meaning that we're too dumb to know about. Anyway, Lawrence, let's get back to Doctor Who.
Okay, fine. I want to talk about Primeval, but fine. Guess we can talk about this. I like that he's just wriggled himself there. He looks so fucked. His suit is in tatters.
Yeah.
His hair's askew.
Yeah. He's not having a good day.
What's the joke? Why are you laughing?
I don't know. I just find it funny. I just find you funny sometimes. Can I laugh?
I guess you can. Okay, thanks.
Shut up. River tells Amy that the Doctor will be basically at the heart of the explosion and won't be coming back. All memory of him will be purged from the universe and that he will never have been born. What a flim-flam. So he wants to say goodbye to her before he goes. And then we get just this very sweet little scene.
It's sweet, but I feel like the problem that no one's addressing is that if the Doctor had never ever existed,
Yeah.
That's going to open up a whole different can of worms for someone else.
True, but
But there's not enough
shut
time.
Up. Yeah, shut up. But I mean, what's the alternative? Just no universe at all?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Cancel the show here and now, and then we'll all go over to watching Prime Evil instead.
Shut up about Primeval. Fucking hell.
I do like the moment where he like obviously calls more for Amy because it makes sense. She's the companion. They've shared this journey together. Amy is like the whole reason why this is happening, all the cracks in her bedroom wall and stuff. But there is a heartbreaking nature to the fact that River, this should be River's chance. But the Doctor doesn't know to give it to her. And that there's just something so... It's a great performance by Alex Kingston. There's a real sadness in her eyes when she says that.
And a sexiness.
Yeah, and a set. Well, there's always that.
There is always
she can't
that
hide
sexiness.
that, even if she wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it you said? You kept hearing me say she's sexy or something.
Ever since we recorded last week, I've just every now and then I just think about you going, "Nah, she's sexy," and it just makes me giggle to myself.
She is. I'm not gonna apologize.
It's true, but still. Oh, just the way you said that was very funny. I don't often praise you for your comedy because I think you're not that funny. But no, you are funny. You're funnier than most. All right. It's that thing of like, if you're funny, and this is me being a bit big-headed here, but like I know I'm funny. All right. But like if you're funny, then it's harder for people to make you laugh. You know.
Okay. Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm experiencing that all the time because everyone around me is just so beneath my comedic talents. We're starting a poll on Discord. Who's funnier? Let us know.
You see, you played that off well, all right, because what you did there is you saw that it wasn't landing for you, and then you went for the pity angle.
I deflected.
You went to the pathetic angle to try and make it funny, and it worked, so good on you.
So this is the thing, only a comedic brain like mine could conceive of that.
I might cut out that part about me saying I know I'm funny. I don't think it makes me sound relatable.
We do have a comedy rewatch podcast, so
I know, and we do try to be funny, but still,
I think with us, it's sometimes it's on and sometimes it's off. Like sometimes we'll get through an episode and we'll be like, I don't think I laughed once.
I feel like we're both quite on this episode. Who would have thought recording during the day rather than in the depths of night would be good for us when we're usually like,
or just wound up by something. The trivials of the day have just like put us in a stinking mood. Yeah,
we should record during the day more often.
I think
anyway, that's a conversation for off pod. Anyway,
no, we're gonna put another poll in Discord. They're gonna
stop this.
When should we record?
Stop this. Oh, you've made all that complicated now. I don't know what to cut and what to leave.
Nothing.
Anyway, all right, great. Well, no one judge me for my ego.
Stays amongst friends. All right.
Stays amongst friends. Fucking hell. What do we got here? No, I do like the scene where the Doctor like says goodbye to Amy. First of all, it's just I like this. I don't know how to describe it, but just this look Matt Smith has, this like pained look where he's kind of just looking up at Amy, and he's like, you can see he's in pain, and he's just like, ugh. But like he's not really doing anything about it. This makes no sense.
No, it does. I think you're making a good point because it's that nature of he's off to his death. It's his deathbed.
Yeah.
So he hasn't really got the strength to interact much with it, but like he kind of just wants to have that moment to say goodbye. Like, and also for a person that's like done as much as he has done for the universe, if he genuinely believes that this is lights out for him, take an extra 5 minutes. Like, you know, you've earned it a little bit, I guess.
He doesn't have the time, Lawrence.
No, I guess he doesn't.
He doesn't have the time. He's got to go. He's got to fly that box into the TARDIS.
I started crying when he says, "You'll have your family back. You won't need your imaginary friend anymore."
Oh, beautiful and heartbreaking line.
Yeah.
Oh,
mate, this is when they dial the fairy tale right back up again. Like,
yes.
The rest of this episode is very much like with the power of belief, and it's like, I love this. This is wonderful.
Yeah, it's beautiful stuff. He flies off. I love the River, like, I've got a message from the Doctor. I love the fact that he just takes the time to send a text whilst he's dying.
Yeah. In one hand, and he just drops it as well. It's such a like mic drop. He's like, check this out. They'll love this.
It's very cool though, just the way River reads out, and it's just Geronimo. It's like, yeah, I like that.
It's full
like
circle, Nathan. His first flight, his last flight. It's wonderful stuff.
Yeah, true. And then he dies. Flies himself into the heart of the explosion, and he blows up.
We get a nice little rewind effect first.
We do.
They play like little segments of the episode on like fucking ×6 speed and in reverse, which is always fun.
And then it turns out he's not dead, actually.
Well,
and he likes it when he does that. What does he say? He goes, "Oh, good, I'm not dead. I love it when that happens."
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. I think he gets the impression that he's done something, but he doesn't quite know what. Yeah,
yeah, he's not quite sure what's going on or how he survived, but he's found himself just waking up on the TARDIS, and then he's like, "Oh shit, I'm back home. Sick. That's cool. I love that for me."
Brilliant
actually,
stuff right here. Yeah,
yeah. I like. He's checking his legs again. Legs. He's still got legs.
Yeah,
he's loving that. Bow tie, cool. I can buy a fez, and you should. It's good stuff.
And he never does.
And he should. He gets a fez again.
Oh.
He does then quickly realize that he isn't actually back. He isn't on his TARDIS where he should be, but he's visiting past events via the cracks in time.
He touches back and he's like, "This is last week when we went to Space Florida."
I love the term Space Florida.
It's fun. Do you think it's like something that's comparable to Florida, or do you think out there in the galaxy there is a Space Florida?
I just love the idea of there just being a Space Florida. And I just love the fact that there was no explanation for it.
Yeah.
It's just Space Florida. Okay. I love that so much.
It's very, very silly. I like to imagine it as all very like open Hawaiian shirts, and like everyone's just
Wasn't that what they're wearing? That's what Amy's got on.
Oh, she is?
Like,
yes, she is. Yeah.
She's got a Hawaiian shirt and the glasses look on. So, yeah, she's ready.
Yeah. Amy likes to dress for the occasion. We know this.
She does. We flash back again, and then we see Amy on the street putting in the ad for Smithy's flat.
And this is the true end of that Cats arc.
Okay, great. I'm glad we got a resolution to the Cats arc finally.
I paused. I was like, "Thank God!"
Thank God they made it out. Yeah. I've been worried sick about that cat for 3 weeks now.
Yeah,
2 weeks maybe. Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed this. They obviously heard the fan backlash from such a glaring continuity error.
Yeah.
And they obviously, I think it was nice that they worked in a scene as kind of a reaction piece to that.
Well done for your flim flam.
Thank you.
No, it was a good payoff for that Flesh and Stone scene,
yeah.
I think. Yeah, it's good. And it makes sense. I like how it was done with what comes after and what he's saying and stuff.
Oh, but he slowly, like, it adds, like, extra weight to the meaning of, like, Amy says, like, how can the crack in my wall be here? And he says, I don't know yet, but I'm working it out. And he looks over at his actual self working it out from the past.
Yeah.
And it's like, you did a little time thing, I know.
He's good at little time things. Bless him.
He is. It's his whole thing, to be honest.
Yeah. One final jump back. He's back at Amelia's house on the night she waited. So he goes out into the garden. He picks up her sleeping body. He takes her to bed and tucks her in. And then we get what might be the most beautiful and heartbreaking scene in all of Doctor Who.
Yeah, maybe just.
Oh my God, man, this is something else. Just the Doctor kind of just like almost telling her a bedtime story, but then kind of just like rambling to himself a little bit as well. It's so sweet and heartbreaking.
Yeah.
A few. I'll just note down a few highlights here. When you wake up, you'll have a mum and dad, and you won't even remember me. Well, you will a little. I'll be just a story in your head, but that's okay. We're all stories in the end. Just make it a good one, eh? Fucking hell.
Oh man, it's just.
I know.
Yeah, there is a quality to all of this, and I like that it's so. What I'd never really noticed about this, because everyone remembers the line that's coming up, right? It's coming up towards the wedding bit. I never really noticed just how many seeds were sown for that until watching it back today. You know, he talks about like, and because it's his farewell speech, like not just to Amy, but he's marching off to his own death. So it's very much a case of like him reminiscing on past adventures in the wonderful TARDIS, which is new and ancient, and if she could only see it, she wouldn't believe it. I don't know, man.
He tells her about how he borrowed the box.
Yeah.
You know, this big and little at the same time, brand new and ancient, and the bluest blue ever.
And it is. This TARDIS is really nice and blue.
It's very good blue. I like it a lot. I love his final words to her as well. He just says, "Live well, love Rory, bye-bye Pond."
Yeah. So
so
sad,
sweet.
man.
It's so sweet and just heartbreaking. And then just as he disappears into the crack, she wakes up. She wakes up and just like, what was that? Oh, it was nothing. Anyway, back to bed. Yeah.
Santa? What was that?
Santa, what was it? But there is, then it does pull, the camera pulls away and we get a shot of the stars. The stars are back in the night sky.
Which is, I don't know, man. I know it's not really implying this, but there's a loveliness to like the Doctor just returns the magic back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know. I think it very much is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely is. Yeah. The universe is right again.
It's
As
so
it should be.
it's so lovely.
Yeah.
And speaking of lovely, Amy's mum.
Okay.
I'm joking.
Enough of this. I don't know what's going on with you and MILFs lately. All right. It's getting too much now, Frank. I'm going to have to put you on a chain. All right.
Yeah.
You're going to have to put a muzzle on you.
I'm just barking watching the episode.
Stop this. Stop. My God.
Oh, I can't.
Are you all right? Is everything okay in your marriage or what's going on?
No, I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfectly happy.
Okay. Anyway, yes, Amy wakes up. It's her wedding day. You're right, Lauren. She does have a mum. Think of that what you will. Clearly, you have thoughts, but we're going to skip past those.
Woof.
Stop that. That can also be interpreted as mean. Okay.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it weren't meant to be mean.
No, we know. Trust me. Her mum and dad are here. Her dad's called Augustus. I love that.
What a silly little man.
What a great name. I think he's a great man.
No, he's great and he's cool. But even like Amy gives him a big old hug and it's like what did you say? My short dad or something?
My tiny little dad or something like that. She says.
What's that for?
I don't know.
Fucking
Cute,
mean.
though. He's not mean. I think he's cute.
Short kings.
Short kings. Yeah.
Yeah, respect him.
Rory's brushing his teeth. He doesn't have a clue what's going on.
Oh, he's such a wife guy in making, isn't he? Like, his hello.
Is it a wife guy thing?
No, but it's just the way he's. I don't know. He's very cute. He's proper buzzing, and she's like, "Hey, does this make sense?" And he's like, "Uh-huh." Like he's just going along with it. I don't know. It's very cute.
Isn't wife guy a bad thing though?
There's a growing consensus that like a lot of people are fake wife guys.
Yeah,
but
like
I think
you.
Yeah, no. Well, I wouldn't wait 2,000 years. So
John Mulaney was a wife guy, and then he very famously cheated on his wife. And
yeah,
but to be fair, he was also doing copious amounts of cocaine. That doesn't excuse it, but like,
no, yeah,
drug addiction is a serious disease. Okay, like
everyone watch. Is it Baby J?
Baby J, yeah, Baby J Returns or something, yeah,
something like that. And he's got that songs like "Now My Reputation Is Different."
It's true. He's the cocaine comedian now.
And now he is, yeah. Everyone's clamoring for him to host the Oscars because he did a little segment at the Oscars this year just gone, and it was like by far and away the funniest bit of a host duty.
He's always good when he hosts stuff. He's got the magic in him.
Yeah. Whereas Jimmy Kimmel's is like, who else fucking hates films?
Anyone
it's like, well, actually,
movies?
famously not this group of people.
Let's all make fun of movies. That'll play well with this crowd.
Yeah, I think that's the angle to take here.
Yeah. Anyway, it's Amy's wedding day. She gets married. Good stuff.
Nice.
Skip all past that. I love that Amy's dad has to rewrite his speech last minute because the best man has. They use the same joke book. Really. Awful mistake. Why are you using a joke book to write your speech?
Yeah.
Okay.
They want to get some inspo from this podcast.
Exactly. All right. As a man who has written and delivered a best speech, which brought the house down, I will say. Okay. You don't need a joke book. You just need to write from the heart.
It was so out of character for you as well. I think that was the angle you played up on. Right.
It was good stuff.
It was
very.
We've
got
good
a plug
stuff.
in for this very podcast as well.
Yeah, you did. Fucking hell, yeah. You don't take a day off.
I don't. I'm always grinding.
Look
I'm always
at you
hustling.
go.
Yeah.
There's a moment in my brother's speech where he said he found out about the Doctor Who podcast, right?
Yeah.
And he laughed about it. And in the background, you can just hear you going, "Oi, which is very nice.
I was like, this is my in, though. I can use this.
Yeah, you're like, haha. I see. Someone that gave it a trial run, you were like, oh, this tracks, this plays.
now Lawrence and Alicia can't be mad at me for mentioning the podcast. Also, I think I finished that speech like the night before the wedding as well. Like I was still writing it the night before the wedding.
Yeah, because some of us went out to dinner and you were like, listen, man.
I got to finish the speech, mate. I'm being honest. I'll stay in the room and order room service.
Yeah. What'd you get?
We were doing a podcast.
Okay, fair enough.
Let's finish it.
It's a nice restaurant there. I like it.
I got a nice burger. It was very lovely. It was like
good.
20 quid. It was too expensive.
Yeah.
It was nice. Anyway,
I like that she gets it. She's given a present book. It's River's diary, but it's empty.
It is River's diary. Yes.
And I love this kind of. I don't know. It's obviously this is the whole part where Amy starts to try and piece everything together. But I love the notion that this diary containing the entire future of the Doctor essentially has been scrubbed clean, and it's kind of up to Amy to fill it back up again. Like,
yeah, it's just blank pages. Yeah. At this point, yeah, I love it. I think it's a great moment when she starts to cry and she's like, "What the fuck's going on? Why am I crying?" And Rory's like, "Oh, because you're happy.
Yeah,
happy, Mrs. Rory. Happy, happy, happy." And she just goes, "No, I'm sad." And he just goes, "Great."
Yeah, and I love this about their marriage and their relationship in general, right? Like it's never malicious at all, but they both just cut through each other's bullshit so hard.
They do, yeah.
It's very, very good. Everyone groans when she brings up her imaginary friend, which is really fun.
Yes, she does. Yeah. Well, she cuts off her dad doing the speech. Poor form, I think, but still.
Yeah. What'd you do if I had done this to you?
I'd have told you to sit the fuck down.
Yeah, it'd have been like, and then taken over the wedding.
Yeah.
Shut those doors.
Shut those doors.
No one leaves until
No one fucking leaves until I finish this speech, and you will all cry because it is beautiful. I want to see tears, people.
Yeah. No one's leaving until everyone's cried.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So she starts seeing some stuff. She starts seeing some suspenders.
She puts the pieces together. Yeah. We see someone wearing a bow tie. We see an old man pull back his jacket to show off his braces. A tear falls on the blue book, very, very slowly, in the slowest slow motion ever. It's good stuff, though. And then basically we get the moment where Amy realizes, she remembers what the Doctor told her. She remembers that she can bring him back just like she brought back the others, because he told her a story about the TARDIS. And what a reveal this moment is. What a just fucking... I feel like this is what the Martha moment in BVS thinks it is. You know?
Yeah, that's accurate.
Like,
yeah.
This is like one of those things where you're like, oh, I've never thought about that.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. And with like BVS, you're like, oh yeah, they're both called Martha. Isn't that interesting and not at all fucking stupid? All right. It makes perfect sense that he would call his mum by her first name at this point and ask for her by name.
Yeah.
Sure, that makes perfect sense. No. But here it's like, oh fuck, that's actually really clever.
Yeah.
That's like so fucking good. Basically, the way it comes about, great line delivery from Karen Gillan, where Rory's like, what's going on? And she just says something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue. Boom, mic drop. The TARDIS is here, bitch.
I want to go
and
back
we
in
know
time.
that on this podcast, we love a beautiful blue box. Anything that's blue is beautiful, all right?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't like where you're angling this, but yes, I do
Beautiful,
like...
Lawrence.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
I want to go back in time and watch the moment. You know, like some people want to go back in time and watch like, I don't know, Shakespeare write a play or some shit, right? Like,
It'd be pretty boring. You'd just be sat at a table.
Well, no, but I think this moment would have been nuts because Stephen Moffat's a cheeky guy, right? He's up and he's always having a little jovial jaunt, right?
Yeah.
I would love to have been a fly on the wall to watch him write this moment and then turn around to someone in his life and be like, "You never fucking guess this."
Yeah. That would be good. That would be a fun moment. Yeah. I'd love to see him just have that realization, just like, oh,
yeah.
Fuck, yeah.
The Danny DeVito, like the eyes wide, and he's like, oh,
yeah.
Hang on. Yeah. That anyway, an incredible line. A great line.
Incredible. Yeah. Truly, really. And then I love the way it's followed up. The TARDIS obviously appears. Everyone's like, what the fuck is going on here? And she's like, I fucking did it. Are you impressed? You didn't see this coming, did you? Then he opens the doors and he's just already dressed in the full wedding suit. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, totally surprised.
Yeah. Proper shocked at this.
Proper shocked. I didn't plan this at all. And then I love that he comes out and says, hello, everyone. I'm Amy's imaginary friend.
Yeah.
But I came anyway.
Oh, it's so good. It's a great delivery. What I will say, though, is of 2 Doctors that we've seen in the revival era don a tuxedo. This is not the vibe for me.
It's not the same tuxedo.
No, I know it's not the same tux, because Tens is basically
This
a
is
black
like a
suit
very
and bow tie.
Yeah, this is a very like wedding tuxedo with like the long tails and the top hat and everything.
Yeah, it's more of a traditional vibe, which I get suits Smith's older Doctor, like his older kind of wizened man approach.
Even though he is technically a younger Doctor. In the sense that the actor playing him is younger.
Oh, yeah, right. I was going to say, because Nathan, the passage of time begs to
No,
differ.
I know. I realized what was going on by the look on your face.
I was like, hang on, what have I missed? Something crazy.
No, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, no, it's I don't know. He looks good. I mean, like you look as good as anyone can look in the tails and the top hat. I always think it's a very stupid look on someone.
It is a bit of a stupid look. Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be outdated because like it's a very traditional look, but like, yeah, I'm not necessarily a fan of it myself, but I think it looks good enough. Good.
He's got to dress up for his best friend's weddings. Right?
Yeah, I like the top hat. And look, Amy gets horny again. We all hate it. All right.
We'll talk about this in a minute, if you please.
Great. Okay, great. But let it be known that I hate it.
Yeah.
The Doctor dancing. This is fun.
It's great, isn't it?
This is so much fun. The what has now become the infamous drunk giraffe dance.
Oh, is that the name? Is that what it's called?
That's the name. Karen Gillan coined that, I think. Yeah,
nice.
It's so good. It's very good.
It's such a bizarre way of like a bad, because like people see bad dancing all the time, right? But like I've never seen anyone dance badly like this. Like, yeah, it's such a bizarre move.
It's so good, man. He kills it though. He kills it.
Well, he's
got all the kids doing it. They're having the time of their lives.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
He's just the baby. Great. All the parents are over the moon because they've just got a built-in babysitter that's shown up out of nowhere.
Yeah, they got this man just to look after the kids all day.
Do you think any of them were like, that was nuts what happened at the dinner though, right?
I mean, yeah, they were like, you never see that box just appear? Yeah. We all saw that, right?
That's just like, did they get a magician?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
He looks like a magician. Fair play to him. Very sweet moment with Amy and Rory dancing, just having a nice little moment together. And then the Doctor says, 2,000 years, the boy who waited. Good on you, mate.
You want to stay with me till the morning.
Very 2010s wedding vibes.
It is, yeah. It feels Gavin and Stacey-esque. I think they used the exact same song in their wedding episode.
Oh, did they?
I think so, yeah.
Well, there you are. There was only so many songs available at the time.
That's true.
We have more songs now.
You can't argue with that indisputable logic.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Is this the proposal?
See, I have on my notes here some more River Song mystery. The Doctor possibly accidentally proposes to her. So that's good fun stuff.
That's very in character.
Yeah.
Which I like.
I'm happy to accept it as the proposal.
I am too, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good. I like the idea of the Doctor just accidentally stumbling himself into a marriage, which is basically what happens. Yeah. But like,
oh, and by the way, if you're rewatching with us and you're only up to this point, this doesn't happen. We're lying.
Yeah, it's all lies. Yeah. It's a flim flam. Don't worry.
We're doing a joke.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I think it's very in keeping of the 11th Doctor to just be like, oh, guess that happened.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sure. Why not? She does tell him that she'll find out very soon who she is. And she says, I'm sorry, but that's when everything changes. Much like the 21st century, because that's Torchwood, baby.
Very good.
That wasn't written down. I just thought of that then.
Nice.
That was off the dome.
See, that's one of them funny things that Nathan does. Yeah, so she dips off. She zaps out of there. She's just got Jack's manipulator now, which is good.
Yeah.
And does the Doctor go to sneak off here?
No, I don't think so. He just pops into the TARDIS.
Because he's like, I don't know, he's got the vibe of like, see ya. Like, kind of.
No, I don't think so. These are his friends. He's not sneaking off, is he?
No, true, I guess. Maybe he thinks
not
everything's going to change now that they're married.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have that vibe. It's good stuff. Anyway, Amy's horny again. Hate it. Moving on.
Yep.
Look, she can be horny, but be horny for Rory. All right, that's what I'm saying.
Twice. There's too many hornies for the wrong person in this.
The Doctor explains that not everything is resolved. We know there's still some mysteries up in the air. There's still not sure why the TARDIS blew up or who or what the silents are.
They're quite. The writers haven't even finished conceptualizing that one yet.
Yeah. Moffat just threw himself a bone there.
Yeah.
Like, look, we all know, all right? This is still, we haven't figured it out. Just don't worry about it, all right? These threads are still very much still hanging. But then they're interrupted by a phone call from the TARDIS. Someone is calling the TARDIS, and we find out there's an Egyptian goddess loose on the Orient Express in space.
So he's going to get there really quickly then?
Very quickly.
He's going to deal with this as a point of interest?
Yeah, it won't take him an entire new body until he gets there, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a high priority situation.
That is explained in the episode.
Okay, all right.
So it is mentioned why that happens, okay. But still, very funny. He does tell Amy and Rory this will have to be goodbye. And then they're like, yeah, this will have to be goodbye. So they go out and they say goodbye to home. Just wave to a house and say goodbye. Goodbye, house.
It's cute. I love it. It's all very whimsical.
Cute.
Yeah.
I'm being facetious. It's very cute. Yeah. It's very cute.
What's she waving to an empty house?
What's she waving at a fucking house? Anyway.
There's no one in the house. She's fucking.
There's no one in the house. Anyway, yeah. Then the Doctor ends the phone call saying, "Don't worry about a thing, Your Majesty. We're on our way." We see the TARDIS fly off into the vortex as the credits start to play.
Yeah.
What an ending! I love that.
Great. I like that. Obviously, they've got the silence to wrap up and everything, but like,
yeah.
As a finale goes, it really feels like this has been telling way more of an overarching story, because it has, and we haven't really seen a start to finish season of Doctor Who that's gone like that. It's a very different narrative approach that Stephen Moffat used, which I think is welcome and really needed. And I think I don't know, it's not just another episode of Doctor Who, is it, that ends with a big reveal? It's actually more like the weight has been lifted. Oh, we figured out the crack. The crack's been dealt with. It feels very conclusive, which I like.
I also kind of like there isn't this kind of like end of series sting either, you know? It feels like a wrap up point, really.
Yeah.
It feels like for now, this, like, sure, they're going off under another adventure, but it's not like, oh, your old enemy is back and he's gonna kill you or whatever. It's just, no, they're just off. They're
Two
just off to do a
Cybermen
thing.
show up. They've been waiting in the TARDIS the whole time.
Yeah, they're just here to punch the Doctor and then they leave, you know? It doesn't need that sort of hook into the next series. This is enough of a hook on its own.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
And,
just three friends.
Yeah.
Off they go.
It's beautiful. It's sweet. I love it. I love it so much. It's really is a beautiful thing. Lawrence, this is the end of series 5. Before we go into our next beautiful segment, what are your thoughts? You said previously this is, I think you said this is your favorite season.
Yeah. So I've always been quite like vocal about how RTD1 is my favorite era of the show.
Wrong.
But fair enough. But that's an era as a whole, right? And that's because it does that. There is nostalgia elements to that, but it's also my favorite Doctor. I think it's very over the top and silly.
Nostalgia.
Stop it.
It's mostly nostalgia.
But fuck's sake, I've always said this is, I think, my favorite series of Doctor Who, because it's so tightly contained. I love the narrative structure of it. I love that every episode still keeps to the Monster of the Week Doctor Who format, but it builds on something, a larger picture. I think it's all very connected. I think the companions are great. The Doctor's incredible. This is easily like one of the best first series, right? Like when you look back at season 2, there's some strong points, there's some low points, but it's a pretty naff series of Doctor Who overall. I think a lot of series.
Has there been any low points this series?
I don't think so. And like,
neither do I. I think
we went into Victory of the Daleks kicking and screaming, but like,
yeah, we came out like, fuck, man,
it's not bad.
New perspective on life.
Yeah.
You know?
So
like, I don't think there's a single miss this season, if I'm being honest. And I thought there was. I was convinced that like Victory of the Daleks, The Lodger, Vampires of Venice. Vampires of Venice was probably the most boring episode of them all, and it was still pretty fun.
And even then they were still doing something somewhat interesting because they had Rory come along. They
had fish vampires.
Yes, that's true.
Oh, by the way, here's something I didn't mention this earlier, but there's a very funny moment where when the Doctor appears back at the wedding. You can just hear Rory in the background going, how did we forget the Doctor? And then he says, I was plastic and he was the stripper at my stag.
I didn't hear that. Does he say that?
He does, yeah. It's so funny.
I was plastic.
I was plastic and he was the stripper at my stag. So
when you look at how much time they've actually spent together, those probably are the main the main takeaways from their relationship.
It's good stuff. I like it.
It is.
Yeah, so no, I agree. I think this has been a fucking incredible season. Really great 13 episode run. Probably the most certified bangers in a series we've had.
Oh, easily.
Fucking hell. Yeah. Banger after banger here.
We should start ranking them as the seasons as a whole.
No, there's too many stuff we're doing. Right? We're already doing too much. Anyway, Lawrence, it's time for this.
Weirdo of the Week! Weirdo.
This is everyone's favourite section of the show where we get to take a chance to look back on some of the weird and wonderful and grubby little characters who come across our screens each and every week. So for one last time in Series 5, Lawrence, I mean, you've already alluded to it, but please, who is your weirdo?
Look, I don't need to be here all day. Amy tries to get in 2 last sexual assaults before the season is up. It's not great stuff. Just stop writing her as so hot. I just don't understand how in the same episode you can have the Doctor allude to being her imaginary friend and then be like, yeah, it makes sense for Amy to want to have sex with this man. No, it wouldn't. These are two narratives. Right, one or the other, together, they do not work at all. They completely conflict with each other in terms of, like, themes.
I think this is the very last throes of it now. I think this is
God.
because, my God, do I hate this. Like...
Yeah.
It's just, it's the only part of the episode which doesn't hit for me. It's the only part of the episode which brings it down. As soon as Amy's like, you absolutely may kiss the bride, I'm like, no, why?
Yeah.
Why, God, stop.
The very same episode, you were like, look at this man wait 2,000 years for me. I love this man so much.
I know, yes. And it's just so pointless and unnecessary.
Yeah. It's
it
bad
adds
writing for
nothing.
her.
It is, yeah. It adds nothing. It adds nothing to the character, to the show. It's just so dire.
I think they confuse Amy's outlandish behaviour with, like, promiscuity, which is not what it is. Amy's just an abrasive person, and it's a very
She is a
charming
promiscuous
trait,
person, though, as well. She is promiscuous, but, like, there's in the right context, though, you know? Not just to anyone fucking in front of her.
And probably for her husband, primarily.
Yes, exactly. Or herself, which we'll see. Spoiler alert. Stop. No. Stop. I say stop. It's very much the same thing in the episode. Stop. Anyway. And you can see that on Wednesday. Maybe.
A sizzle.
We don't know, but maybe. Anyway, my weirdo is everyone at the wedding.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
What horrible guests, okay?
They are, actually, aren't they?
No decorum, no etiquette among them. And I'll tell you for why, okay? Amy's dad is about to deliver his speech, okay? He's getting up to tell this speech, okay? And we have the montage where Amy is starting to put stuff together. She sees someone wearing the bow tie. She sees the old man wearing the braces, okay? While this is all happening, Amy's dad is just starting her speech. But fucking everyone in the audience is all just talking to each other and having a laugh and just not paying Augustus Pond any attention at all.
Poor
all right?
man, yeah.
They're just talking over him and laughing at each other while he's trying to deliver the father of the bride's speech.
Yeah.
How fucking rude of them, okay?
How dare they?
Hey, no, you are. If anyone talked over my speech, they wouldn't because everyone was rapt with attention.
Yeah,
okay?
everyone was crying.
I would have killed them. I would have stopped and killed them in the face. Okay? Yes. I would have killed them in the face. Okay?
Fair enough, yeah.
So there you go.
That is weirdo behaviour. You don't do that.
No, you don't. You follow an etiquette at weddings.
Yeah.
And
People
that
have paid
etiquette
money.
is... Exactly. Not me. Dude, I paid a lot of money for your wedding.
I think everyone did with the rooms and everything, yeah. Add up.
I paid more than you, probably.
Who paid for the one we shared?
That was a fun little joke, because you obviously paid thousands for the wedding in total.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about it like that, to be fair.
Well done.
I
Anyway.
can't assign a price tag to a great memory, Nathan. Right. Some things are priceless. Anyway,
You told me many times the price of your wedding.
it's very expensive.
They're expensive. Weddings are expensive.
They add up, man. And like,
never-
I didn't, we weren't at the fucking, I don't know, at the Ritz or anything. It's just they're pricey in general.
I don't see it as a necessary expense. It just seems like a lot of money to spend on what is essentially a pie.
No,
you know?
it's a beautiful day. It's a
It is, but it's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. It's true.
Not for me, I reckon. Now, we did say during the, I think it was our 11th hour episode, the start of the series, that we were going to, over the week, we would keep a track of our weirdos, and then at the end, we would have this kind of ultimate weirdo of the series, as it were. We'd figure out who was the most weird sort of thing. Look, full disclosure, we tried it, and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
It was just us listing weirdos, really.
It's one of them where like you get a couple minutes in, and you're like, this is nothing. This is absolutely nothing.
It just turned out not to be a great effect, so we're just not going to do that. It just didn't really work out. So yeah, if you were expecting that, I apologize. Hey, these things don't always work.
Yeah, you can't always get what you want. Is that another
You can't always get what you want. That is a song, and I'm thinking of the Glee version specifically.
song? How does that go?
You can't always get what you want, but you might just find.
Yeah.
Ta-ta, you get what you need.
I tell you what people do need, Nathan, and that is the chance to have this say. What happens? What happens is Nathan will tweet out a post, let everyone know what episode we're recording and when, and then our lovely, lovely loyal listeners send in their thoughts, and we can read out a handful of them. And starting with the tweets, this one comes in from Christopher at this is a long old username at Christo93262782. So that's nice.
I know them well.
I might stop reading out the actual ats.
No, I don't. No, you got it.
Hi boys, first time writing in after finally catching up with the pod, and have to say that this episode warrants a 3-minute song interlude. Again, with this, I don't know what this is.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no idea. Anyway, thank you for catching up with the pod. That's lovely. Standout moments for me is Rory guarding Amy for 2,000 years, River making the Dalek ask for mercy. That's a standout moment for everyone. And the Doctor's speech to Amy. I can only hope that Season 6 lives up to the standards Moffat set in Series 5. Also, the tease about River's true identity at the end is extremely exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe less so for us. We know where it goes now, but it's still still a good old sizzle for Series 6.
A very big sizzle. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good fun time.
Everything will change, Nathan. It's a big promise.
Everything will change, Lawrence.
All I know is we said hello.
Lawrence, shut the fuck up. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you. All right, this next tweet comes in from, here we go, someone on my side. Damn the lamb. Lawrence is definitely going to come with some more sexy River talk with the Dalek mercy scene, and rightly so, I should add. See, the people understand, Nathan.
Well, I agree. I agree, especially during that scene. It's good stuff.
It is sexy stuff.
I'm just saying, you do need to calm down, though.
I know. Well, look, Series 6, I'll be a new man, I promise.
I don't think you will. She only gets hotter.
Oh, God. Why you got to do this to me? I'm trying to record a podcast, Nathan. Also, Rory staying to protect Amy for 2,000 years, even though she's in an invincible healing box. Your Honor, I love that man. It's true, I never really considered this.
That's good stuff, yeah.
She literally can't die.
Yeah.
She'll be fine.
Yeah, but hey, he loves her. He loves his queen.
That's true. Yeah, he's got to check her out. No, just check out the situation. Oh, Nathan, I need to stop.
Well done. Good stuff.
No. All right, and this last one comes in from Schmitty Soccer. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Who
not.
just says Stephen Moffat and Murray Gold this week, and the first there's two gifts included. One is the parchment with the flames, which you've already said,
Oh, I know. Well, yeah.
Yeah, and then the second one is the piano or organ on fire on the beach. We didn't really mention Murray Gold but he's always cooking. He's been cooking the whole of Series 5.
Yeah, he's always cooking. Yeah. Just assume that Murray Gold is always cooking.
It's one of them things where like we don't mention it an awful lot, but it's because he's always good.
Yeah.
Like if it's bad, we'll bring it up, but that will never happen. So yeah. Anyway, that was it for tweets. Thank you everyone that did tweet in. That was lovely. Nathan, do we have any emails?
Yes, we do. This first one is from P.S. Moore.
Ooh.
Subject line is Big Ol' Bang. What's up, fuckers? Right, where to start with this one?
You're getting too familiar, Piers.
I mean, needless to say, spuds out. I like that.
Yeah.
The moth cooked this puppy to perfection. Why the fuck is Amelia getting therapized because of her star fantasy? If I had a niece who was drawing pictures of unicorns insisting that they were real, I wouldn't hire a fucking Francis Ashman to come over and drill into her. There's no such things as unicorns, you idiot. You need to get that head of yours out your backside and get real. Scoffs. Unicorns? Really?
That's true. Yeah.
Maybe this is just me, but I feel I'd be more likely to humour her and perhaps just put the drawing on the fridge or something. That's very good. How lax is the security at this museum that a 7-year-old, a missing 7-year-old who was last seen in this very museum is able to just hide behind some penguins all night and evade all search parties? She is literally just behind like 3 or 4 penguins, and then that's it.
I think the key secret is that there were no search parties and no one cared.
Okay.
I think that is what we're led to believe.
No one cares about poor little Amelia.
Yeah, I know.
There we go. Rory's security guard outfit slaps. When I first watched this episode, I didn't know that the old new borrowed blue thing was a wedding thing. I thought it was just something Moffat made up. So when I started seeing it in relations to weddings, I assumed that Docky Who just had a much bigger cultural impact than I expected. I was fully out here thinking people were making Doctor Who references all the time.
Incredible.
Idiot.
Oh my god.
Anyway, hope you boys are well. Miss you, love you, Pierce. We miss you and love you too, Piers, despite speaking to you just this morning.
That moment, like, must have been so lost. Like, the weight of that moment is purely, you have to know it's a wedding thing.
That's very funny. Yeah. That's good stuff. This email comes in from the Dan Beaver, aka our good friend Leah. Hello, boys. I once again hope you're doing well as we finish up Series 5, my first real foray into Matt Smith's era, and I can just say what a strong start it was. At the worst, the episodes were enjoyable to watch, and really at that point that it's a very good track record, and at best, certified bangers. Speaking of which, you may as well call this episode The Big Banger, because that's what it truly was.
How did we not do that?
That is true. Maybe I'll call this episode that.
Nice.
I won't. I adored the Doctor time hopping around every 5 seconds like it was going out of fashion for some of the most pointless things. The intensity of the universe just stopping as the episode went on, and the feeling when the Doctor returned at Amy's wedding in full faith that she would get back to him. All brilliant points. My weirdo of the week goes to a bit of an outside shot, but it would have to be the museum planners for the National Museum.
Okay.
I have to say, it is very amusing watching the show claim it's in London, but knowing they are in place in Cardiff. Knowing they are in a place in Cardiff that you've walked around a few times. For taking a stone statue that is found in the site where the Pandorica was, clearly related to this mythical stone figure, and placing it in another room entirely with some penguins and a bear. Why? Just makes no sense.
The exhibits are all out of whack. That's brilliant.
Yeah, I like that.
Do you reckon it's night at the museum style? They're getting up, recharging when everyone's gone to bed?
I would assume that was the case. Yeah. The Dalek does, so there we go.
There we go.
There are a few other things I want to touch upon before we hit trivia time. First off, the story inspired one of my personal favourite Doctor Who fan fictions named Nobody Sees, Nobody But Me. It follows the lone centurion as he guards the Pandorica for the 2,000 years throughout this new timeline, and the strange alien men and their friends he meets along the way. Learning about them each and every time, it's a very fun read to see Rory interacting with every incarnation of the Doctor up to 12, and it ends in a rather fun retelling of this very episode. Oh, wow, that's interesting.
That's well interesting, yeah.
Secondly, one of you two brought it up last week, but if every star went supernova at once, well, let's find out. Oh, for fuck's sake,
come
Leah.
on.
Come on, this isn't you. Thanks to being part of the Versus Battles community, I have a lot of friends who have this kind of thing ready to go. Turns out that to render the universe uninhabitable, it takes a kinetic energy yield of 6.752 times 10. It's like a maths thing. I can't read. I don't know how to say that. I don't know how to say that. But then Leah says in brackets, so that's 82 zeros. Okay. A normal supernova would give off an energy of 10. It's another maths thing. So that's pretty strong. With there being 2 trillion billion stars in the universe, that sounds rather powerful, no? Well, with that supernova payload multiplied by the number of stars, it only comes to a tiny 2 times 10. Again, another maths thing, so I don't know. Enough to rend many galaxies asunder, but not enough to wipe out the entire universe. Of course, the whole thing, nothing ever even began thing, means this whole thing is pointless, but you can't say you didn't learn something today.
No, I can.
No, I can, and I will.
Can.
And I take umbrage with making me read maths, actually.
I watched the light just fade from Nathan's eyes mid-email there as he realised it was a science one.
Oh. Anyway, speaking of learning things, it's trivia time. Because this email is already going on for a while, I'll keep it to a single episode this time, and I'll be nice and not include a fake fact.
Hey.
I promise to our Docky Who boys, on my life, every fact here is real.
Oh, I feel like this is...
I feel like there's a flim-flam.
We've already been duped with the science sneak in as well.
Let's see. Blink. It makes sense that one of the most famously scary episodes has an equally sinister inspiration. When on a family holiday, Moffat had seen an angel statue in a graveyard. When he took his son to see it, though, the statue had gone, leaving him to wonder if he had simply misremembered the location or if there was a more sinister explanation. I can see that happening.
Yeah, that's plausible. Someone might have taken it away, cleaned it or something.
Yeah. A scene cut from the epilogue had Larry mentioning that he still regularly checks to make sure that the angels are still petrified. Also in the epilogue, Sally would have been seen to be pregnant. I think that's true. I think I remember hearing that somewhere.
Really?
Yeah. Something about Carey Mulligan being pregnant. Maybe she was pregnant. I don't know. Anyway, Carey Mulligan was actually offered the chance to stay on as a companion, but she declined. There was also an alternate ending considered where Sally is trapped in the past at the end.
Oh, the past at the end one. That seems like a downer for the episode.
Yeah. Why would Carey Mulligan decline being a companion? She didn't have anything going on then.
I know. I think she was... Oh, no, she probably wasn't taken off at this point. She was starting to...
No, in 2007. This was like the biggest thing she ever did.
What did she... When was Great Gatsby? 2012?
2013.
Okay, yeah, she could have done a companion stint.
This is like a full 6 years before that.
I feel like I'd have known that for the amount of times people talk about her as a could have been a companion thing.
I think if there is a fake fact, and if Leah's pulling a flim-flam, it might be that one.
Yeah.
The first draft has a different ending where the TARDIS takes Sally and Larry to meet the Doctor and Martha. Upon returning to the present, the Doctor reveals that he learned everything about the angels from a book named Sally Sparrow and the Weeping Angels, and asks Sally to sign it. She does learning that the author's name is Sally Nightingale. I meant when I said they're all genuine. Hope you both enjoyed the email, Leah.
Well, you've left us with a puzzle box now, so we're not sure.
I don't trust Leah, especially after that little science flim-flam.
Yeah, the trouble is you've now gone down in the trust.
You've sowed the seeds of doubt.
Yeah,
is what you've done there.
Yeah.
Leah did follow up with another email just to say, sorry, I just realized I mentioned the wrong fanfic when I was talking about it. Nobody Sees Nobody But Me is a story about Rory waiting, but is a single chapter story that does a poetic way of his wait. The story I was actually talking about is The Adventures of the Doctor and Rory the Roman. I'll stick a link in the Discord on Monday, Leah. So there you are.
If we think about it, there's 5 years worth of rife, untapped potential where Rory could have gone on adventures with Jackie Tyler.
Big Finish are rubbing their hands together.
They're like, whoa.
We got some stuff planned here, but they must have seen that 2,000 years and gone, we're
Fuck
fucking eating well, boys.
It's essentially just a printing
well.
money machine for them.
Get me Arthur Darville's number fucking now.
Oh, brilliant.
I love making fun of Big Finish. Anyway, thank you very much, Leah. Although, still don't trust you. This one is from Ethan Ellsworth, and the subject line is Flim Flam, which, as we know, I do indeed love.
Yes.
All right, fellas. So this episode has been one of my favorites for a while. However, one thing has always very much bothered me, and you probably talked about it on the pod already, but it's worth another mention. How does the Doctor get out of the Pandorica? Also, if Nathan says, just don't worry about it, I'm a scream. I do say that.
You do. That's one of your things.
That's fair. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah.
It always just baffled me. How does he get out to give Rory the Sonic from the future? How does that timeline start? Because he can't be in the Pandorica and then go back from the Pandorica to give the Sonic to Rory. But yeah, great finish to the series. Weirdo gotta be the Doctor, from dancing to watching the kiss to lying about dying. Just quality weirdo material from the Doctor. Sorry for the mini rant, but I don't understand the paradoxes. I'm guessing it's some sort of paradox, enough to guess or understand how it works. Love listening to you two bicker and just have a laugh. Seems like you'd be great people to hang out with. Lots of love. Ozwas123 on the disc. No, we're horrible to hang out with.
Yeah, we'll just go we'll go 10 non-verbal style. Just be on our phones. You try and talk to us, and we'll be like, what?
Yeah, we'll be mean.
Yeah, and it'll actually just get really uncomfortable.
You know, like those mean gays that judge you. We'll be like those.
I won't comment.
Good. Know your place.
my safety net there.
I feel like you was gonna. And then
I felt the ice get very thin, and I was like, let's not.
Yeah. So it just picks up the vortex manipulator. That's how it starts.
Yeah.
It's an easy moment to miss, but yeah, it picks up the vortex manipulator, and then it's all from there. So, boom.
So yeah,
there we go. And this last email comes in from, this is the 4th email, because I got 4 emails, so I thought I might as well, you know.
Oh, why not? Yeah.
It's the finale. Who knows? This one is from David at the Talking Pictures podcast.
Don't presume to know me.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I know what's going to happen now. The moment I start reading out the email, you're just going to...
I don't know what you're talking about.
Because that's exactly what I would do. Anyway, hope you are both keeping well and... Oh, okay. Hope you're both keeping well, and I'm looking forward to hearing your I know it's going to come up at any fucking moment. I'm just waiting now. Hope you're both keeping well, and I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts on this season finale. I find it to be an interesting to have the universe end in stakes, but have what seems to be a very low-key story and setting, almost all taking place against a single Dalek, and essentially a vague countdown. You're genuinely giving me anxiety. Just fucking say it, okay? I am genuinely on edge. Just say it.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not gonna.
No. I need you to say it. I need you to say it.
You're ruining my joke. I was saving it. They were supposed to forget about it.
No, I don't like this.
And Brian Furiosa.
Thank you. Good. I ruined your flim-flam.
Fuck you.
I like the bootstrap paradox introduced and honestly really enjoy seeing the Doctor's antics with the vortex manipulator from both ends. Feels like everything is wrapped up in a nice bow in terms of not leaving anything unexplained or loose threads. Something I always find myself thinking is how far in advance are certain storylines thought out, one being the fact that River refers to Rory as the Roman soldier. acting as though she doesn't know who he is, even though at this point for her they've had multiple adventures together. Did Moffat know at this point the extent of River's relationship with Amy and Rory, or was that something he conceived of later? I think he would have had an inkling at this point, really.
And the best thing is, even if it was a complete coincidence, you could just write it in that River was being careful.
Yeah, she's just lying. Well, she is. She's bullshitting.
Yeah.
We know that. She lies. She has to lie. Yeah. But I think he would... I don't think he'd have the full picture, but I think he was starting to put stuff together.
The idea is probably... The first stress was probably, let's get season 5 locked in and done. And then as soon as season 5 was finished and they were filming it, he was probably like, right, where does this all slot in?
Yeah. River. ? Another storyline in advance is seeing the Doctor comfort Amy with his jacket on as he goes back through his time stream. It's a brilliant detail that at first appears like a continuity error and that can be overlooked, but the payoff here is ensure worth all the comments Moff got over the mistake, in quotation marks.
Yeah.
Amy's a bit of a weirdo for trying to kiss the Doctor twice at the wedding. I understand she's delighted to see him again, but the way she says it, not once but twice, is weird. To say it all, never mind, in front of your new husband and all your wedding guests, even your parents. Can you imagine?
Yeah, it's a bit of a disrespectful thing to do to Rory.
It's too horny. I don't like it. One lie, since this episode, I've always wanted to incorporate a TARDIS in some kind of way to my own wedding, as I love the spin-off on the old new borrowed blue tradition. Lawrence, did you have any Doctor Who themed aspects to your wedding, or were you not allowed? I have yet to broach the idea with my partner. As always, gents, keep up the great work. Best, David, Talking Pictures Podcast, # justice for Rory the Roman. There we go. You didn't.
I didn't. A cake topper was discussed. The cake topper TARDIS was discussed for this very episode alone.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be the case that like Alicia wouldn't let you. I think she very much would have.
Oh, she'd have been fine with it, but then we found something that was like a bit more both of us suited. So
I mean, she walked down the aisle to a song from a video game about lesbians killing zombies.
That's true.
So.
That's true. It's one of my favourite covers, and I was just like, hey, listen to this, and then I'll tell you where it's from.
So there we go.
Yeah.
But no, and it was very sad for me to see there was unfortunately no Doctor Who themed.
One of my best men was a co-host of a podcast about Doctor Who. Does that count?
And he did mention it in his speech. So
I think that checks out. That's 2 boxes ticked. Yeah.
It's a Doctor Who themed wedding, then. There we go.
Perfect.
We did it. Reddit. And that is it for this week. Join us next week.
No, you don't do this. You don't do this.
No, but I will say on Wednesday we should hopefully have a mini-sode or a collection of mini-sodes to discuss up on our YouTube channel. Another Happy Studios. So look out for good, fun, sexy shenanigans.
Oh, I can't wait for sexy shenanigans.
No, he's too horny.
I'm far too horny. Anyway, speaking of being horny, thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for listening.
You proud of yourself?
No, not at all. Thank you very much for listening. If you've enjoyed the show, then please feel free to leave us a 5-star review. It would be so appreciated. You can do that through your podcast platform of choice. Also, you can follow us on Twitter at StillGotLegsPod. Be sure to go over there, check out what's going on, as well as emailing your thoughts over to stillgotlegspodcast@gmail.com. As you've just heard, each week we pick out a handful and we read them out. Also, we have a Ko-Fi if you feel like supporting the show. Obviously, no pressure whatsoever, but you can tip us any amount up to a pound. No, not up to a pound.
As low as a pound.
As low as a pound. Yeah, again, obviously, feel no stress. It's fine. You're welcome to be here either way.
Yes.
Also, you can check out the Discord server. That is where people are also welcome to be. Lots of cool chats.
You're saying also a lot. You're saying also so much.
It's because it's all out of order now. It's all in bullet points.
Check out the Discord server. It's a good bit of fun. Everyone's in there. We're all having a flam together.
Indeed, we are. It's a good place to talk new Doctor Who. Doctor Who is actively airing as we release these episodes, and there's a good Doctor Who spoilers channel in there. So
we won't be talking about it until 2026.
Yeah.
Except when I get too excited and talk about it.
Yeah, actually, I got told off, and then I noticed that you were popping off in there. I didn't read anything, but I saw your name a lot, and I was like,
You better not be. You haven't seen the episode yet.
No, I haven't. But anyway, one rule for me, one rule for you, it seems.
And that's how it will always be.
Fuck's sake. Nathan, we have another podcast as well.
We certainly bloody do, Lawrence. It's called Another Happy Pod. It's our pop culture podcast where every week we watch and discuss and probably argue about something in the realm of pop culture. It's a good bit of fun. Last week we watched the tennis sex movie where Lawrence got even more horny. And next week we are kicking off the fantastic series that will be Indiana Jones.
I'm so excited for this.
A series that was thought of well over a year ago based entirely on a pun. So
we've just been waiting for June to roll around.
We've literally been waiting. The only reason we've been waiting to do it is because of the pun.
Yeah.
That is literally the only reason we've been waiting to cover these movies. This is the entire reason I still haven't seen the Dial of Destiny.
That's good.
So,
I'm so excited for it to end in a fresh watch for you. That's going to be so fun.
I'm excited. So check that out.
Indeed.
Or don't.
Or don't. Either way, though, we will see you next Monday at 10 a.m. Stay groovy, stay sexy, stay cool.
And I love you. Goodbye.